What up?
I need that sports encyclopedia. Where you at, Steve Kim? Got Trent in the cut. Yeah.
Where you at, man? In the gym shooting, I'm Durant. You ain't shooting John Moran.
Darnell is the Ball State legend. I'm the Warren Central High School legend.
I'm proving with a reliable source, straight from the mouth of the horse. Smitty and JB and Smitty from West Coast to Yost.
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
Better stay in your lane. Hop it,
you are fucking insane. Dude, what? You just will not give this guy his flowers. What is wrong with you?
Oh, you must have thought I was a bitch.
I am him. You's not it. What's the topic? With your logic when I flow. Big Komodo, how it's talking.
Gotta get back to letting the baby cry a little bit to see if they can soothe themselves.
That's a bar.
Issues get pressed so fast it don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing, we switched it and filled the gap.
I identified him after his third fight and I said that guy can be a star.
I'm so proud of the show, bro.
The gap, Smitty and Jason Brown.
To the Coach JB show.
What up? Chiefs Queendom, please stand up. We are in the building. The luck has ran out. Chiefs Queendom, the refs didn't help you yesterday. They tried, didn't help you. Taylor Swift couldn't help you. Kelsey was a no-show again with his porn mustache. And Mahomes is average as shit. But what do I know? Did you see that old grenade-ass pick he threw? Again, this is what he do. But he's saved by grace year after year after year. But what do I know? Does he lead the league in interceptions? Oh, he does. Okay. And I love it when we say he doesn't have any weapons after he loses, but he was fine without all that shit before. He was 9-0, coach. He don't need weapons. Can't wait to break this down today. We are live in the building. We may have a special guest pop in on us in a few minutes. He played yesterday. That's the only clue I'm going to give you. He played yesterday. That's the only clue I'm going to give you guys as we have a loaded lineup today. Big Matt McChesney, Shaun King, and it's E-Dub Super Bowl champ Eric Weddle Monday. Let's dive into this one, man, because it's going to get heated as the Queendom has fallen. But what do I know? The Chiefs are human today. The Ravens aren't very good, but what do I know? And the Steelers are super serious Super Bowl contenders. Today on this episode of the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. Lamar struggled again, but what do I know? When it counted most. Patrick Queen was clearly missed. Pat Queen has clearly missed on that Ravens defense as the Steelers dominate on defense, shutting down Derrick Henry to 64 yards rushing and keeping Lamar in check, taking over first place in the AFC North. Russell Wilson has clearly been the difference, and they are for real midway through this season. The Queendom stand up. Patrick Mahomes throws multiple picks and that have seemed to haunt him this year as Andy Reid cannot fix his mishaps, and they lost to the Bills. Josh Allen feels snubbed. I think he feels mad. He's pissed at the world as he was overlooked last year when he clearly had MVP numbers, and this year he is clearly the MVP, carrying a team with Cook and no Diggs. Addition by subtraction is real in Buffalo. You guys look good. The Steelers, led by Mike Tomlin and Patrick Queen on defense, are for real, people. People start taking them seriously. Russell Wilson may just get his second ring as they now have a shooter at QB for the first time since Big Ben Roethlisberger. Tomlin and this defense, led by Patrick Queen, have a chip on their shoulder, and this run game mixed with Russell Wilson's big arm experience is scary headed down the stretch. But what do I know? Let's dive into this thing, man. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs lose game 1 of the season. They're 9-1. Queendom, I get it. You guys are 9-1. You're still king of the hill, Super Bowl champs, trying to get a three-peat for the first time in a long time. I get all that. Listen, I do. but you know you've been saved by grace. And maybe now your luck has ended. We're going to dive into it, though, as they lose to the Bills and Josh Allen. Russell Wilson and the Steelers take out the Ravens in a low-scoring game in Pittsburgh. And Danny Dimes has been benched as of about an hour ago. And now everybody in the world's tagging JB on Twitter. Whoa. I love it. It's good for business. Keep tagging me. Because the gabagool himself, Tommy DeVito, is going to take over the reins. Can't wait to dive into that one. Colorado takes out Utah in Boulder as Colorado is in the driver's seat to head to the Big 12 championship game. Matt McChesney joins us to talk about that. The Bengals are going to miss the playoffs. And the Broncos and Chargers are now competing for second in the AFC West. Bo Nix is quietly having a great rookie campaign. Who would have saw all this? As the Seahawks take out the Niners in San Francisco. As Geno Smith runs down around the sideline late to get the win. Brandon Walker. People may know him on Barstool. Brandon Walker, you're a bitch. You've been called out now. And you have been exposed, fine sir. You should stay out of my wheelhouse because I will fucking cook you. But before we begin, my co-host, Naptown legend, Far East Sider and 317, LeBron hairline having, Lamar Jackson loving, and cold AR5 defending, Caitlin Clark jocking Fox Sports very own. Big Smitty.
Yeah! The Colts are back, baby. We got my main man, Gene, in the building. We got Kobe. We got Nick Capo. We got Indo Sports 247, Bruce Pates, and Brandon Hood. And, of course, we got my main man, JB. Bailey in the background, man. I look good as hell. Haircut, crispy, skin is glowing. It's a beautiful Monday morning. The Colts is back. We in the playoff position, and I'm in a great mood, JB. How you feeling right now?
I'm good. I'm sweating. Got a sweat going.
Yeah. Sweat is good for you, homie.
Tap in. Yeah, I sweat. Yeah, that's why I sweat. Yeah. Big cheeks. You beat cheeks.
I sweat all day.
Huh?
I sweat all day.
That's not good, but I thought brothers supposedly smell better.
We do. We do, though. That's the funny thing. Like, our sweat smells good.
It's not it at all. It's not it at all. Everybody that hit me up was like, man, JB, you're dead on balls accurate.
No, I'm like no BS. I'm not trying to be funny. Everybody knows that black people smell better than white people. Like it's a worldly, that's a globally known thing.
Yeah, you're not looking good. Like I got all the DMs. It's not looking good for you.
Your
guys.
DMs are all biased. Y'all don't wash y'all legs.
They all brothers.
Y'all don't wash y'all legs. Y'all don't wash y'all feet. Y'all don't use rags to actually scrub. Y'all really use deodorant. Y'all don't wash your hands as much as we wash our hands. Y'all let your dog sleep with you in the bed. You kiss your dogs in the mouth. You're petting your dogs all damn day, so you smell like dog all the time. There's no information that you have that can back why a white man will smell better than a black man. And this ain't being racist, y'all. It's a fact. It's just an actual fact.
No, it is. That's exactly. So thank you. It isn't racist. It actually is a fact. It really just goes around. Go around with your nose, and it'll tell you the facts.
I've done that.
Let me get out TikTok, man, real quick. We got another lineup today, man. Special guest maybe joining us. Smitty don't know.
Who?
Bailey don't know.
Who?
Smitty don't know. Nobody knows but me and him. That's it. So I'm just throwing it out there.
It better be a good guest, though. Like, don't bring somebody weird on here.
We don't know.
Because I'm at the point now, like, I've been on the show so long, like it's the Coach JB show with Big Smitty, and the Big Smitty keeps growing and getting bigger. So what I'm saying is, like, if I don't like the person you bringing on, I'm gonna call him out, or I'm gonna just take him off the show. I got that power too, homie.
Yeah, I'm gonna spit my coffee. I'm gonna spit my coffee, homie. It's Merciless Monday. We're taking no mercy today. But we got a loaded lineup, man. There's a lot going up. But please, Chiefs Queendom, stand up. Please stand up. I had to dust this motherfucker off, Chiefs. Hey, Chiefs Queendom. Hey, shout out to you guys. I had to dust this thing off, man. I haven't worn it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Smitty, this is how it works. The bitch dick riders on Planet Earth, they only bring out shit when the team that they root against or whatever does bad, right? And you and I know I hate doing that shit because everybody's calling me out right now on Twitter because Daniel Dimes got benched. So now I'm on there. I'm gonna be trending because of Daniel Dimes, who I defend. The Chiefs Queendom, you guys have won 2 titles in a row, going for a third, 9-0. And you can say like, oh, JB, you just a hater, dick rider. You now breaking out the shirt. You've had to wait 9 games. Blah, blah, blah. Fucking right. Good for business. Hey, shout out to you guys for winning 9 in a row. And 15 in a row, I believe, since last year.
Yeah.
15 in a row. Hey, man, shout out to you guys. But you know what? We got to bust it out because y'all been lucky as shit. Let's just keep it real. And 2 things can be true. Y'all have been lucky as shit. You've been lucky. You've been saved by grace. You've played every single game at home. You have fucking Taylor Swift. You got fucking all these factors with you. And last night, the Bills said, enough is enough. Enough is enough, Queendom. And they got people outside like, I'm not going to say nothing in the first 10 minutes, but the Buffalo Bills Mafia is out there clowning the Chiefs. I don't know if you saw the things they was doing to y'all, posters and shit, but Bills, you guys are for real, Bills. And, hey, I called that game. We knew that game was eventually they had to lose a game. We knew that was probably it. The Bills are on an uprise. They're playing well. There's going to be some teams that we're going to discuss here today, but woo, the Bills got it done, Smitty. The Bills got it done.
After the game, Mahomes should go with Shaun said, we'll see you again later.
On the golf course. Because, they'll golf. Hey, the bottom line is Josh Allen has to beat one of these guys in a playoff game.
Yeah.
And so does Lamar Jackson. And so does whoever else is trying to get into that Chiefs conversation. Bottom line is the Chiefs Queendom keeps winning, and that's all it is to it. But last night they got a little bit exposed against a team that on the quarterback at the quarterback position can match you throw for throw, run for run, and play for play, right? That shit play. Josh Allen has that. Josh Allen can do everything that Mahomes can do, if not better. He's a better runner. He's more physical, and he's probably got the bigger arm. But has he put it together? I don't know if he has yet still. One game's not, they beat him before in the regular season. They're 9-1. It's not a fucking end of the world for the Chiefs, but I think they're going to have to figure some things out. And it starts with running the football, and they're going to get Pacheco back. Pacheco and Hunt in the backfield and figure that out. Andy Reid will figure it out. That's all I'm going to say. But I'm just telling you right now, I've been saying it for a while. They got a Xavier Worthy guy who's fast as hell and all that, but he's a track guy. He's not a football player. I'm just going to be honest. Me and Shaun King broke him down at Texas. We broke him down early in the year. He gets explosive plays, but then he'll miss 4 weeks without doing anything. And last night you saw this guy running out of bounds, doesn't know where the field lines are.
He makes the plays too, though. I don't want to
but they targeted him 16 times, and that is scary for me as a Chiefs fan. If I'm getting targeted 16 times as Xavier Worthy, then that's something's going on. Something's going on because Kelsey had how many targets? 4? Yeah, 2 catches? 4 targets? Yeah. 4 targets. If Kelsey cannot eat in the middle of the field, then you guys have no shot. If you think Xavier Worthy's the number 1 now. And what happened to Hopkins last night? You lost Rashee Rice. We get it. But something is missing there, and it's been missing. That's just how good Andy Reid is covering it up. But Patrick Mahomes having his worst season of all time of his career. We've been saying it for a while. Congratulations. You now lead the NFL in interceptions again. And this is who Patrick Mahomes is on an average offensive football team. He's held by the defense, the best defense, arguably, coordinator-wise, in Spagnuolo over the last 4 years. You have been guided, aided, and abetted by your defense. You have not been very good. And you are very average, Chiefs Queendom fans. I'm just telling you, my eyes work, and my fucking coaching mind works too. This guy is average. Put him on the Bears, put him on the Browns, put him on fucking Jaguars. He's average as shit. You guys have saved him, Chiefs Queendom.
He's not average though. Like I understand. Like if you're gonna use the argument that maybe he's not as great as everyone has made it seem like, okay, that's one thing. To call Patrick Mahomes average is just insane. Because again, we've seen Andy Reid with other quarterbacks that you may consider average or good but not great. And they get close, but they don't win. They don't get over the hump. And those teams had
hold on.
Those teams had defense. Those teams had. So like when you call Mahomes average, what you're saying is like you could just replace them with a Purdy. You replace them with the Dak. Replace them with a guy who you would consider just average, and they'll just continue to do the same thing.
Hold on. No, stop right there.
Mahomes has that it factor.
Okay, hold on.
It's not average.
I got to stop you where you're talking about, though. You mentioned a bunch of things. I
did.
Okay. I want to go back to, before you finish, I want to make sure we're clear. You just said he's had these other quarterbacks, and he's done these things with them, but never could get over the hump.
Never could. Facts.
Okay, I'll break down every single Andy Reid quarterback he's ever had, including the $100 million contract he got for Michael Vick after the dog incident.
Yep.
And we can talk about every single quarterback he's ever had. And please give me and show me a team that's had the offensive weapons that this Chiefs Queendom team has had, and show me the defense they've had, and then break down the two conferences at the time. The NFC East at the time versus the AFC West over the last 5 years. This is what people don't understand and don't want to grasp. What he did with A.J. Feely and Jeff Garcia and Donovan McNabb and Alex Smith.
Donovan McNabb is really good. Really good.
Down the list. But he had an old T.O. He had a Freddie Mitchell.
I know, an old T.O. who was still balling. Don't say that. Don't try to. T.O. was still T.O.
Don't compare them to Tyreek Hill and Kelsey, homie. Come on now, and they're combined.
Tyreek Hill for what? 2 seasons?
Come on now.
No. At some point, we got to stop bringing up Tyreek Hill. He ain't been in the Chiefs for. Let's use last year as the best. Last year's the best example. Hold on. What about last year? What weapons did he have last year other than Kelsey?
Say what?
What weapons did Mahomes have that was so special last season when they won the Super Bowl besides Travis Kelce? And Travis Kelce was not special throughout the entirety of the year. He got going a little bit in the playoff, but he did it all year. So I'm saying last year he didn't have all these special weapons, and they still won.
Hold on, no. This is my point. See, last year y'all said he did it without any weapons. Why? Quietly, as Rashee Rice became one of these top tier guys. No. I'm just telling you. You are all saying, not you, but the Chiefs Queendom was saying y'all had nothing and still won it. Quietly, Rashee Rice was leading the AFC in receptions and yards, but he was average. Okay, so you could say that Mahomes made him. Let's say that. Let's say that's the first wide receiver that Mahomes has actually gotten paid. And now we don't know how it's going to work out with his off-field issues, but that's the first guy. And I broke that down on this show. How many times? How many guys has Aaron Rodgers got paid? How many guys has Burrow got paid? How many guys has elite quarterbacks gotten paid that you never knew about? The Watson cat in Green Bay, Scantling in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers got him paid by getting him the rock. Mahomes has never got a receiver paid, homie. Tyreek Hill was getting paid regardless. Mahomes didn't make Tyreek Hill get paid. So stop bringing up Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill was already that guy. Patrick Mahomes has yet to get a receiver paid and make him better. Not one, but he's not average. With a loaded defense in Spagnuolo, with the greatest play caller in history in Andy Reid, and the fucking team is not average with Patrick Mahomes, he's being exposed because he doesn't make you better. He has the best surroundings possible, and it's now getting exposed because he's throwing more picks than touchdowns. He's not getting out and making plays, and he's not getting the ball to Kelsey and those guys. And listen, you can say about all the injuries you want. The 49ers are injured.
He lost Hollywood Brown. He lost Rashee Rice.
So they talk about the Niners and the Rams, homie.
Not the same Travis Kelce no more. He got an old D-hop.
Now he's not the same. Now he's not the same.
Who you don't believe in.
Now Kelce's not the same.
Like, I mean, at some point, that does come into play.
So hold on. So you better be out here defending the Rams and the Niners, homie.
Yeah,
no, they're more injured. They're more injured than any other. They're more injured than the Chiefs.
Yes. Matthew Stafford looks like a whole different quarterback when he got.
By the way,
let's break it down. And Puka Nacua with him.
This is why. No.
It's night and day. It's night and day.
He hasn't changed. He got Robinson 200 yards in a row, homie. Robinson.
Man, when Puka's out there, that offense looks totally different.
Hold on,
tell me that.
No, don't talk about the offense. Talk about the player. I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes right now, homie. What did Matthew Stafford do last night? Can you just tell me what he did?
4 touchdowns, 2 brief fish. I think they're a perfect passer rating.
Hold on. Tell me what he did. Tell me what he did that Mahomes cannot ever do. Tell me.
I don't know nothing he did that Mahomes can't do.
He had 2 wide receivers with multiple touchdowns and over 100 yards each. Tell me what Mahomes does that with 2 wide receivers on this team. Tell me when he does that.
This team,
that's not a fucking screen ball that somebody goes 80 on. I'm talking about defense.
I can't say all that. I know Mahomes has had 2 receivers over 100 yards.
This is why Stafford is the best quarterback in the NFL. The shit he does with the less is why he is, homie. This guy does it. He did it for 12 years in Detroit, Smitty.
And didn't win no games.
Forever.
And didn't win no games. And I like Stafford a lot. He didn't win no games. This is a winner-loss league. Tom Brady's the GOAT because he won. Don't say about your stats if you losing all the time.
You guys keep missing the point, though. You guys keep comparing this Mahomes guy as he's the GOAT. Homie,
listen,
this guy did it for 12 years, homie.
But when you call him average, for example,
he is average, homie. He's average.
We think when people call him the GOAT, they're going way too far. But you're going way too far in the opposite direction, calling him average. The motherfucker's not average. You don't win 3 Super Bowls. The man has never went under an AFC championship. Now, listen, we give Andy Reid all this crazy praise now, and we call him the best play caller of all time. We put him in the GOAT conversation now. We were not doing that before Mahomes. We say he's a good-ass coach, but we were not saying he's the greatest play caller of all time. He's in the GOAT conversation. We never said that prior to Patrick Mahomes. And now, since he got 3 Super Bowl rings with him, now we're giving all the grace to Andy Reid. Again, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it, but I'm saying it's easy in hindsight to go back and be like, well, he has the greatest coach of all time, the greatest player of all time. We was not saying none of that shit. So maybe the quarterback has helped elevate Andy Reid as well and makes his play calls look more genius than they did before. That's all I'm saying. Like, we can't give Andy Reid all the praise and act like Mahomes is just some average fucking Joe just sitting back here. Is he having a bad season right now? Yes. This is not a norm. Look at his entirety of his career. This is the outlier. This is the one outlier. Again, last year he had no weapons really. Rashee Rice was decent, but again, Mahomes made him that. No one came into the draft like, hey y'all, Rashee Rice, he about to be the next. He's Malik Neighbors. Nobody knew that. Mahomes made him decent, and they still went out there and won a Super Bowl. So just how you're calling him average this season for having a bad year and throwing all these picks, you got to praise him for elevating his team and winning a Super Bowl with nobody.
So football's not a team game no more.
What? I don't know.
You're acting like this guy doesn't have the most help by any quarterback in recent history, homie. It's a team game, Smitty. You know that. How are we trying? We want to break this guy down individually, and I can break him down individually, and this is why I say he's average as shit. He has a great team, homie, a great team. Show me what they've done great on offense, led by Patrick Mahomes. Show me, please. I will beg you. Show me on film.
This season, I can't.
No, any season, homie. The guy's been mid. He's been mid as hell in Super Bowls. Let's just keep it real. He's been mid as shit in Super Bowls. He's been in the worst AFC West conference in football for the last 6 years, and he's done nothing that's just like, oh shit, unbelievable. He hasn't done nothing. He hasn't shown me that he was Matthew Stafford in Detroit, homie. Put that motherfucker in Chicago. I want to see it. But we're gonna get back. We got a lot of debating about this.
A lot to go.
Particular guy here, Smitty. Let's get to the quote of the day. Powered by BetUS. What up, what up, what up? I am here for BetUS. BetUS is now powering the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty as our proud new sponsor. Head on over to BetUS today and bet all things Major League Baseball. We're in the thick of the playoffs. NBA is getting ready to start up, and the NFL is right dab in the middle of the season. You can bet it all on BetUS. Short, fast, skinny, tall, they bet it all. And make sure you use my promo code CoachJB and get you 150% off, up to $2,000 on your first bet and up to 125% off on your second and third bet if you choose to do so. Plus, you get insurance protection and gambler's protection on both second and third bets. So make sure you head on over to betus.com, use my promo code CoachJB, and make it happen. BetUS, the best offshore book in the business. Head on over there today. Is our proud new sponsor, the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty. BetUS. Go check it out. Peace. Quote of the day. Hey, what's this right here? What is Tweet Shot?
Tweet Shop. Never heard of it in my life.
It's like a yellow mark. Apparently, it's a new thing. They're doing my shit on Twitter. I guess it's like that proof checking thing that they do on Twitter. Like, what's that shit called? When
like
they
fact checking, like make sure what you saying is a fact, and if it ain't, they gonna call you out. I like that low key.
You know that thing they put on the bottom?
Yeah, like this is not accurate information. This is true.
You know the one that, yeah, you know the one that I proved that they were wrong a couple weeks ago. Remember, I was the first one to do that. Well, anyway, now they got another thing. Screenshot is ready. Find your watermark version here, and they screenshotted me in 2022 saying Daniel Jones is better than Jalen Hurts. Join the show, and then some broad is retweeting it like, how did this air out or whatever, you know, whatever they say.
Yeah.
Let me be nice. I'm gonna be nice to the
I mean, listen, yeah, it's like, I mean, we'll get to this, but you've been super wrong. Like one of the most wrong things you've ever been wrong on since I've joined the show is Danny Don. We'll get to that a little later. Let's go and go to the quote of the day.
We'll get to it. I still haven't been wrong on it, but we'll get to it. Quote of the day brought to you by BetUS. Head on over to BetUS today and get you up to $2,000 bonus. 150% bonus up to $2,000 deposit. So head on over there today and use my promo code CoachJB. Quote of the day, Smitty. Get the energy going. Get the hypeness ready to go because this show about to take off. I don't know. Smitty's energy is
my favorite quote. I feel it happening right now.
Smitty energy low. He's not really up to my.
Been low. We got them debating in the first 5 minutes of the show.
Chiefs Queendom energy, but he's good. He's just here. He's here though. Another body to have on the show. Quote of the day. Don't go where the path may lead. Go where there is no path and leave a trail.
So create your own path is what you're saying. You said create your own path. Be the trailblazer to your path.
Yeah, like stop following, motherfucker. Man, I'm so tired of you motherfuckers following. Do you know it's real easy to be average? And the average person follows everyone else. Do you know that?
Let me be devil's advocate, though, real quick, JB. There are good leaders out there to be followed, though, sometimes. And sometimes the best leaders know when to follow and know when it's time to take over. Would you agree with that?
I disagree. No, I disagree. Because leaders,
you've never followed any good leaders in your life ever at any point. Your father, you're a great head coach. You've never been a person. You're like, you know what? In this moment, I'm going to follow them until it's my time to lead. You've never done that.
Yeah, that's not what you said, though.
That's right. Exactly what I said.
No, you said I was going to tell you leaders create more leaders, not more followers. So I would never follow somebody just because it's convenient or easy. It's easy to be average. If I'm going to follow you to the right just because you made it right, you ain't a self-thinker. You're a micro thinker that doesn't want to think forward and out the box, and there's no way for me to follow you. Make a left at the stop sign one time, homie, and do your own thing. That's all I'm saying. That's what I used to tell these players. That's what I used to tell the kids. Stop making it easy. It's average to be easy. It's hard to be different, Smitty. I don't think there's a lot of people that want to be different.
For sure. I think we're saying the same thing, though. Like you said, leaders create other leaders. Well, how do they create the other leaders? Well, while they're leading, I have to be following and learning through being around them until it's my time to take over. That's all I'm saying. You said the same thing. Great quote. Top 20 quote.
Yeah. You just made it sound worse. Contrary to belief, brought to you by Prize Picks. Head on over there to Prize Picks and use the promo code CoachJB. Smitty, no one is coming to save you. This life is 100% your responsibility. Contrary to belief. Nobody's coming to save you, motherfuckers. I'm just throwing it out there. This is your 100% responsibility to make your life right because no one's coming to save you. Hey, God, Jesus, love you all. Walk by faith, not by sight. The last time I checked, he's not coming down here to save you until it's time that you're in that casket and they're judging you and like, let me take your soul up here. Because they're not saving you, homie. Stop waiting for somebody to save your ass. Get your ass out and make sure you understand it's your responsibility to make this life your life. Poll question, Smitty. Your energy doesn't sound like it. Poll question. Smitty, chat, everybody out there. I just got a text message. My special guest can't do it.
Man. Yeah. See, that's why you always under promise and over delivered.
Yep, that's why
you made a mistake just now.
No, I didn't. That's why they say no name.
But you outlaw. We might have a very special guest. Smitty doesn't know who it is. He doesn't know who it is. It might be the biggest name we've ever had on the show in the history of the show. Stay tuned. 5 minutes later, I'm sorry, y'all. He can't come on. I messed up.
What is that? What? 1 hour later. You know that?
Yeah. 5 minutes later.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why I didn't say no. That's why I didn't say. See, why am I the one that's willing to put my name out there though? Like my credibility. everything's out there from me.
Yeah.
You motherfuckers still want to. But anyway.
I saved my credibility. Yeah.
But anyway, Patrick Queen will be on tomorrow. So it is what it is. I mean, hey, we were going to surprise you, and he was going to hop on, and he hit me up and like, man, I'm gonna hop on that shit.
Right.
Like, let's do it. I want to surprise Smitty in there.
Hey, P. Queen was hyped though. You can see from beginning to end, he was hyped, boy.
After the big game, so he'll jump on tomorrow.
Look, got that strip. He strip boy, big play too, big time play. P. Queen.
Yeah. He'll be on tomorrow, man. I recruited Pat, man. Pat's a great kid, man. Great dude, man. He had a lot to get back on that one. He wanted to get back.
He a real one though. Like you could that one time when I was on, he just a real dude. He ain't gonna cut no corner. He gonna be straightforward. You know what I mean? Kind of old.
I used to have him on all the time. I had like 2 or 3 times a year before you. And I'm talking about Lamar and shit. He was just in there like, fuck. He said it though. Like Lamar not very good, but anyway.
Lamar's great. But I will say this. Mike Tomlin has his number, and we talked about this before. It's weird how certain teams just have like got your number. Like the Bengals historically would have the Chiefs number. You know, the Ravens actually has the Bengals number, but now the Steelers they have Lamar's number. Lamar's 1-4 against Mike Tomlin and the Steelers, and the Steelers have won like the last like 8 times or something like that against the Ravens. So it's just kind of crazy how the league works, and some teams have just give you trouble, but Lamar's still Lamar.
Poll question though, let's dive into it. Since Pat can't hop on, let's dive into the poll question. Is Bo Nix Smitty quietly making a push for Rookie of the Year?
Yes, he is. I was talking about this yesterday. 307 pass yards, 4 touchdowns, 145 QBR. He was balling out. And the Broncos are a legit team in the AFC West. They're over there like fighting for a wild card position in the playoff. They look good, and it's crazy. We just got to talk about the Steelers, and obviously Russell Wilson. And a great job he's been doing in Pittsburgh. He hasn't lost as a starter there, but it looks like it was a win-win for both sides, honestly, man. It's like Bo Nix is doing his damn thing. Shout out to just, Sean Payton. I know we had some question marks last year as far as how he was building the team, some of the decisions he was making. He was cutting bait with a lot of like the OGs of the team and some of the stars. But you look at where the Broncos stand at right now, and this is as Steve Kill would use, a serious football team that you got to respect. And a large part of that is because this young cat, Bo Nix, has came in here. He's learned the system. It feels like every single week he continues to get stronger and better and better. And, man, you got to watch out, man. This Broncos team is one of those teams that can sneak into the wild card and be a scary out. The guy's mobile. He can run. He can make any throw, not any throw, but any throw within that system. It's about being good in your system. And Sean Payton has set up a system that works perfectly for Bo Nix, that translates, his skill set, his game, from what he did in college over to now. And I think right now it's like neck and neck. It's neck and neck to me between him and Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels a little bit more flashy, a little bit more of the eye-catching pick. But Bo Nix is just slowly just churning. And what? The Washington Commanders are 7-4, if I'm not mistaken, and the Broncos are 6-5. So you can't say it's wins. They're one game away. So I think he's right there in the mix, JB.
Yeah, much better than AR5, much better than most of the rookies. I'm going to dive into that. But
don't bring up AR5 if you ain't ready to talk about it. Do not bring him up if you ain't ready to talk about it.
This guy's better, though, right?
I don't know. I don't know yet. I mean, we got to see. I don't know. I know this. I know AR5 had to. You know what? Now you brought it up. I was loud and going at AR5 when he made those post-game comments. So I had to be loud in my praise. Anthony Richardson has had the best game of his short and young NFL career in terms of overall poise, making the simple throws, passing yards, knowing when to run versus when to throw, making the big play in the big moments. Say what you want to say about the Jets. And we know the Jets is bad right now in New York. Still a lot of talent on that team. Still a Hall of Famer behind the center on the other team. And this young guy, Anthony Richardson, went out there head-to-head and outdueled the Hall of Famer on the other side. Had the best game of his career. That's an actual fact.
Is this your out?
As much as we want to go at Anthony Richardson, saying
the Jets are out
here, he looks bad. All those things were true at that moment. I don't regret nothing I said. In that moment, it was true. But in this moment, Anthony Richardson, man. Deserves the flowers, deserves a clap. You guys saw in the locker room post game, the whole team was going around him, man, praising him. AR was like, kind of appreciate y'all, but he was keeping it poised. Shane Steichen might be a genius, y'all. Everybody was like, Shane Steichen don't know what he's doing. He bitched AR5, brought in Flacco, then he bitched Flacco, brought in AR5. Sometimes players need a little timeout, and that's what happened. He put AR5 in timeout. AR5 sat back, locked in, focused, and I think that put a fire underneath them. It put a fire, a little extra, to get them going. And who knows? The Colts are right here in the playoff mix, just like the Broncos. We're right there in the wild card mix. We got everything in front of us. The AFC South, even though the Texans got a good lead, the Texans ain't been looking so hot if we keeping it all the way funky. So I'm not looking at the AFC South division like it's impossible to win that. AR5, keep playing like that. We're going to go a long way, man. Shout out to you.
I bet you $1,000 that he has the worst game of his career next week.
Bet right now. Right now.
Let's bet.
$1,000. Bet
good. He will be horrible.
Okay, bet.
He will be horrible next week. Who they play?
Right? No.
I don't even know they play.
Words matter, Bailey. Words matter. He said I bet you $1,000 and he will have the worst game of his career. So
I don't even know who they play. I don't even know who they play.
Cool. Perfect. Thank you, Bailey.
Who do they play?
Have it saved, please. Thank you.
The Colts play the Lions next week.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I want that. I want that.
You know what's crazy? This is what Smitty should have said just now.
Yep.
Two things can be true. He had one decent game. He barely hit 200 yards. He ran for 2 touchdowns. He threw for 1.
That's cap. He got over 200, clearly.
I've been on the guy. I said barely 200. I said I've been on this guy. He did what he did. I fell off the wagon on him. But at least he's doing something. He's going to get better. He had to sit him down, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not there yet. JB. I'm not there yet. He's got to show me for a few weeks, JB. I know I'm a homer. I'm a Colt homer. And I love black quarterbacks. But he's got to show me that he's not going to tap out on his teammates. He's got to show me he can throw the football and not throw it all over the place. And that's what you should have did. Now, for you to come out on record live and say you fell off of him, you don't have anything want to do with him, he's fucking sold out, he lost you.
They say he's sold out. Come on now.
Oh, now you're changing the goalpost.
No,
God damn.
Listen, the good thing about this show, JB, the great thing about this show is that it's recorded, homie, which means we can go back and listen exactly bar for bar, word for word, what people said. So we can do that right now. You can hear exactly what I said. You always over-exaggerate and manipulate words to make your argument sound better, homie.
You on video, homie.
For example, a few seconds ago, you said Anthony Richardson barely threw for 200 yards. The month threw 272 passing yards. Homie. How you barely throw for 200? You use little words to make your argument sound better, but it actually makes you sound worse because you're wrong. You're wrong when you say certain things. So me, unlike all your other co-hosts and all your fans in the chat who just want to hang on your bald hairs all day, I'm going to call you out 24/7. I don't care if you get pissed off about it, you're happy about it, or you're sad about it. I'm going to hold you accountable to every single syllable and word that you use every single time. Every single time, homie.
Why are you fact checking me when you're the one that's being fake?
Am I being fake? I don't regret nothing I said in that moment. We do a daily show, Jason Brown.
About that moment, homie. You are off of his wagon.
We do a daily show, homie, Jason.
You can't just say you jump off his wagon and then jump back on the wagon the next fucking day.
We do a daily show, Jason. Opinions change. That's what it does.
It sounds so horribly cringe and fake, homie.
Yep. So, hold on. Let me ask you right now. Your opinion hasn't changed about Daniel Jones? You still think he's a top quarterback in the league?
Yep.
You sound ignorant then, if that's the case. You ignorant then. And I didn't know that.
So Jalen Hurts gets the same guy that made him supposedly so good. Jalen Hurts got the same guy. Jalen Hurts hasn't progressed at all. He actually looks worse. And Saquon Barkley's carrying now. Not only did he carry the Giants, he's carrying the Eagles. But what do I know? The common denominator, Saquon Barkley, not actual person that has no O-line, no wide receivers, a Malik Neighbors that's missed more games than he's played, and a incompetent, horrible offensive line. But we give him the Eagles roster, And all of a sudden, Saquon is up for the MVP. Jalen Hurts is so much better. All of a sudden, get the fuck out of here.
Number one, nobody brought up Jalen Hurts, so I don't know why you brought him up in the first place. Number one. Number two, before Saquon Barkley, the Eagles was where? In the Super Bowl, where Jalen Hurts led his team to and balled out in that said Super Bowl prior to a Saquon Barkley. So as great as Saquon Barkley is playing right now, he deserves all the credit in the world. When you say he's leading the team, let's not forget that this team was great pre-Saquon Barkley. Number one. Number two, Jalen Hurts has made the playoffs every single season that he's been starting. His first year, the Eagles was not just some amazing team, but he led them to the playoffs. Jalen Hurts has something that Daniel Jones has never had: heart and it factor. So I don't care what the stats say. It's something that you get that beats in your chest that you can't see on that stat sheet that Daniel Jones just doesn't have and Jalen Hurts does have. And you, as a coach, as a former player who played the position, I would expect more out of you, and you should know that more than me, homie. It's certain things you can't see that the eyes don't show. Daniel Jones, from a skill set standpoint, cool. Fuck. 7-on-7, flag football, he's probably great. But in the football field, when we got to make plays, it's something that he's missing in his chest that Jalen Hurts has. And I'm not even the biggest Jalen Hurts fan, but you cannot compare Danny Dimes and Jalen Hurts by no means. Not even close. Not even close. And that's why that man's got benched by Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito, homie.
Daniel Jones would have 8 wins in Indianapolis right now.
Daniel Jones would be benched in Indianapolis right now.
Daniel Jones would have you guys in the playoff conversation without a doubt. Just throwing it out there. You guys can run the football. You have better wideouts. You have better O-line. I mean, seriously, Daniel Jones would be the man in Indianapolis right now. Just throwing that out there. But let's move on. We got to get to this later. We got this on the lineup. So we'll get to it. But, man, back to the poll question. Bo Nix is making a push, but I think Jaden Daniels has it locked up. So we'll see. We'll see. I think he has it locked up, but we'll see. We'll find out. We're going to dive into it.
It's close.
Yeah, I don't know if it's close, but I think if the
it's close, homie. You got to think about it. It's close.
Yeah.
Think about it.
But I think I'm the guy on the show. Not Matt, not you, not Steve, not anyone that said, what did I say about Sean Payton 2 years ago?
You believe in Sean Payton as far as what he was doing. But you didn't believe in Bo Nix, though. You did not believe in Bo Nix at all.
I told you, though, I believe in Sean Payton. I said if the guy can do anything, what did Sean Payton say? What did I say on the show about Sean Payton? Sean Payton said he drafted Bo Nix because he reminded him of who?
Drew Brees.
And I said it on the show. We broke it down. Sean King and I, we broke this thing down. We said this is what he's doing. So I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna let him do it, man. He's proven it. He's won a Super Bowl. He's made guys better. I'm gonna let the QB guy do what he does, and he has done what he does. Period. He's making this guy better than everybody in this room thought. Everybody called him out and said he was horrible and he fucked over Russell Wilson. And I said, no, he didn't. Russell Wilson was top 10 last year in everything. In everything. So no one wanted to bring that up. But I do agree with what you said. Maybe both teams have won. He won with Bo Nix. The Steelers have won with Russell Wilson. They got him for a string cheese and Chico stick. And you got Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin looks like a genius. Russell Wilson's first shooter they've had, though, that can actually throw the ball on time, read coverage, and get the ball out has since been Big Ben. And now they have a run game with Najee Harris, a defense led by Patrick Queen. And now this team is a serious Super Bowl contender, contrary to belief. So I'm just saying.
And shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. They found a way to win. I'll say this, though. Lamar didn't play his best game in the world. Cool. He was okay. But, man, what's going on with Justin Tucker this season?
No. Okay, well, here's the thing.
But beyond just this game, if you guys been watching, Justin Tucker he's in a funk right now. He's been struggling.
Listen.
He basically still goes the game like the Ravens win the game. It's that simple. Listen, the Ravens defense, they did not break. The Steelers won the game with no touchdowns. You guys do recognize that, right? Steelers made all field goals. So the Ravens defense actually balled out that game. They balled out. Roquan, those guys, they showed up. They left no touchdowns all game. And they still lost. So I'm saying you have a guy who a lot of people would consider the greatest kicker of all time, or at least top 3, top 5. and he's been having probably his worst season of his career. I'm not blaming the game on him. There's a lot of factors that go into it, of course. There's throws that Lamar should have made. There's different things, of course, that go throughout the game. But I'm saying that really the difference was the Steelers kicker balled out. The Ravens kicker did not, and they lost the game. It's that simple.
Yeah. Listen, I want to retouch on this Daniel Dimes thing real quick, though.
Pause.
It looks like that he'll be fired in Brian Daboll. It seems like he's gone. He's got to have to be gone. I mean, it's just what happens. It's what it is. And but to be honest, can we fire the GM first, who got rid of Saquon Barkley, who the owner walked in and agreed to it? So you need to fire your motherfucking self, owner. But to be honest, that won't happen. So let's look at this moves that the Giants have made. Not only not to help this guy, Daniel Jones, who, by the way, you guys paid. I didn't pay him. Smitty didn't pay him. You guys paid him and chose to not pay Saquon. You guys chose to try to franchise this guy 2 separate years, Saquon Barkley. And he said, no, enough's enough. And Saquon exited gracefully. He was a professional. He's like, man, I want to be in New York. I love New York, but you guys don't want to do this? Fuck it. And then you've led it to this. Danny DeVito, an actor. Tommy DeVito is his name. I'm just fucking with you. But Tommy DeVito is now your quarterback, dog. And let's be real, Smitty. Tommy DeVito's your quarterback, and you got a guy you're sitting that's worth $160 million? How does that not bad business? How is that not bad organizational structure? How is that not bad leadership? How is that not bad everything? And it starts at the top and it goes downhill. The New York Giants are a failing organization, and you just signed a guy for $160 million you cannot get rid of. And I'm going to be honest, there's another team in your division that's just as bad.
Cowboys.
And you paid him even more money, and he's not even playing. At least Daniel Jones is available. But I'm going to be honest, man. This guy will come. He'll do what he did last year. The gabagool shit will happen. He'll throw a couple touchdowns, and everybody will say, oh. And then the next game, he'll be absolutely fucking horrible. He'll throw pick sixes, and everybody they'll put Daniel Jones back in. It's a bad team. It's a bad structure. It's a bad organization. Daniel Jones has failed. Yes, he has. He's failed. The team has failed, though, man. I'm just being honest. Remind you of Sam Darnold. Just wait. Put him around someone that is competent as a organization. Put him around a competent roster. Put him around something that he can work with. Don't take his best player. Don't give him any receivers. You give him one receiver. He was okay when he's healthy. And then when people, by the way, remember when Neighbors was catching balls a few weeks ago, like 3-4 weeks in a row, and everybody's like, oh shit, Daniel Jones actually looks good. The team's just bad. I was seeing people tagging me every day. Daniel Jones getting him the ball, coach. He actually looks pretty good. But now all of a sudden he's back to shitty, right? No, the team hasn't changed. The team is shitty. Daniel Jones hasn't changed. He's been mid as hell, average, yes. But the team is horrific, homie. You have nothing for this man. And I don't care who you put at quarterback in New York for the Giants. They're going to fail miserably. Just as Sam Darnold did in New York with the Jets, just as the Mormon MILF Hunter did in New York with the Jets, just as all these other guys that we sit here and point out. We were pointing out AR5 a week ago. Now he's playing again. It's just so teeter-tottery with this NFL quarterback position right now in this current landscape. It is what it is, dog. I just think it's a bad product overall. I think the quarterback position has been failed, like I've been saying. Greg Olsen, Tom Brady, Kurt Warner, we've all been saying it. But what do we know? Daniel Jones isn't the problem. He's just a problem of many. And I just be honest.
He's just the biggest problem. He ain't the only problem. He's just the biggest problem because he's the quarterback.
Then Dak Prescott
position,
is
JB.
too.
We know what football is today. If you don't have a QB, you're not good. Is that
so? Is Dak Prescott the biggest problem in Dallas?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Keep it real.
Yeah, he is the biggest problem in Dallas because he can't. Even when the teams are really good, he can't get them over the hump. He falls short in the playoffs. As good as Dak actually is in the regular season, which he's traditionally really good, when the games matter the most, he folds. So I will say it's on him. But Daniel Downs can't get to the playoffs. So imagine Dak and wherever you think he's at, but like times 4 on the negative spectrum. That's how bad Daniel Jones is. Like he's that bad. And you can compare him to Sam Darnold. He ain't Sam Darnold, homie. And I know I'm not like a big Sam Darnold. I'm saying even from a talent standpoint, I personally don't look at Daniel Jones the same way we look at Sam Darnold. We saw Sam Darnold at SC, and we saw we saw who he was. No, from a skill set, from a straight skill set standpoint.
You're wrong, homie. I'm telling you, you're wrong. Skill set wise, this guy's more talented. What are you talking about, homie? You don't talk to me about quarterback play like I don't know.
He went to Duke, homie.
Daniel
Jones for a reason, homie.
Daniel Jones is more talented than Sam Darnold.
He went to Duke, homie, for a reason, homie.
Yeah, Duke, because he's a smart kid, homie. A great coach, Cutcliffe coached him, homie. He's as talented as anybody. Just so you know. He's as talented as anybody.
SC didn't offer him. Big schools didn't offer him, homie.
Come on, dog.
Like me, I went to Ball State for a reason. It is what it is. You know what I mean? We got to be real at some point.
His dad and Cutcliffe are boys, dog. Come on. You act like people don't go to certain schools that they could. Oh, he wanted to go to Duke. He balled at Duke at a bad school at the time that turned it into a football school overnight. And they're never going to be a football school over basketball, but they turned into a very, very legitimate football contender, which they still are decent. Because of Cutcliffe in this era. He did a hell of a job at Duke. And he's as talented as they get, homie. He just has no roster. You all said the same thing about Sam Darnold. It's so easy now to say that Sam Darnold, we saw how good he could have been, so now he's balling and he's the best. We're going to say the same thing, homie.
We watched him at SC, though. I'm saying, like, we saw him on the big stage.
I watched him at Duke.
Against superior talent, and we saw what he was. So I'm saying, we saw Daniel Jones at Duke. He was cool. He was cool. Like, but he wasn't Sam Darnold.
Come on, dog.
We never thought that, but maybe I'm tripping.
I did.
All right. Well, you're the one. You're the quarterback whisperer.
I've been on
all praise, DJB.
He's
the one guy that figured it out.
I compared this motherfucker to Justin Fields. I said he's just as talented. He's not a straight line fast, but he's fucking fast. He's still 4.5. I said he's still a better passer. He's still a better thrower, but nobody talked about it. And they both got booted. They both were benched. And now Justin Fields will be the next guy moved next year. So will Daniel Jones. And I hope both of them get a shot in a competent organization. And look at what Geno Smith's done. He was resurrected. He was at the shithole place. Now they're looking at Geno Smith as one of the best guys in the league. Now Geno Smith all of a sudden is legit. Remember how shitty you guys were calling him? Not you, but everybody out there was calling this guy. Oh, he's washed. He's a shitty. Guess what organization he was with? The Jets. Like, have we figured out these organizations have ruined a lot of these kids too? Like, I don't know why we don't call that out enough.
I'm not disagreeing with that. But my only thing is with this argument, though, JB, technically speaking, you can use this argument for every quarterback in the league. So if that's the case, we should not criticize any quarterback. So if you're going to give Daniel Jones this much grace, give AR5 this much grace, give Lamar this much grace, give Jalen Hurts this much grace, give Patrick Mahomes, get every quarterback ever in the NFL this much grace. Because we can always say, oh, well, they didn't have the best this or the best that or this. There's always something we can reach to. It's never going to be a perfect situation for any quarterback. But when we pay you $50-some million, we expect you to get us past that point. We expect you to be the difference of making up the fact that we don't have the best this, the best that, the best that. I'm not paying. Don't give somebody $50 million and then I'm going to give you excuses. You can't. Two things can't be true in that situation, homie. You don't get paid like you know top guy, and then you don't do any top guy things. So I'm not gonna blame everybody else when you're the one getting paid the big dollar. Saquon is gone because they chose you over him, and you're not getting us any wins at all. Coach Brian Daboll's a good coach. No, Coach Brian Daboll's a good coach. We ain't gonna sit here and like Daboll's some bad coach. He's a good coach and a good offensive mind. He played a role while Josh Allen is who he is today. That's not twisted.
But wait up. So do you realize how hypocritical you sound right now when you fucking slob all over AR5's nuts, homie? And you say the exact same shit? You say the same shit about him that you're saying about this guy on the worst team? Get the fuck out of here. You guys are killing me with this shit.
AR's played 10 games. We got seasons of Daniel Jones. We got 4 years of Daniel Jones.
Who won a playoff game? By the way, he won a playoff game on the road, did he not? You know
Saquon did. Saquon did a hell of a job.
You know how many playoff wins he has less than Dak Prescott? 1. It's all relative, homie. This motherfucker has one less playoff win than
How
Dak
many games
Prescott.
has he won though in his career compared to Dak?
No, he hasn't played as long. Fucking me.
Okay, take his 4 years. Okay,
That's the
take his 4 years. Take any of Dak's 4 years and compare them. Homie.
Are you that ignorant to tell me?
Are you that ignorant?
You're gonna compare this roster with the Cowboys?
Oh, here we go.
Oh my God, homie. Holy shit. Anyway, all I gotta say is this: he'll be on a new roster. So will fucking Justin Fields. So will all these other guys. And you can't say on one side out of your mouth that it matters on what team you're on, and then on this side you're gonna say how shitty Daniel Jones is.
He's been on 4 different fucking rosters and teams. He's had good teams. He had bad teams. He's
been on one team.
He's had different coaches. He's had different receivers. At some point, it's like, look at the man in the mirror, homie. You make more excuses for this dude than you make for anybody else. Did he save Ash from a fire or some shit, homie? Did he bring you Cali? What did he do? Does he babysit your dogs on the weekend? What is your fascination with this guy Daniel Jones? I don't understand it. You think Daniel Jones is John Elway? You think Daniel Jones is Joe Montana? What are you? You talking about me being on AR5's nuts? Get off Danny Jones' nuts. He ain't that good, homie. Point blank, period. Cut and dry. He ain't that good. Move on. You were wrong. It's okay. I've been wrong before many times on this show. You are wrong about this. Take it. Own it. Trying to find an excuse every time.
Daniel Jones has a shot to be real good. He'll get moved on. He'll be good. And we'll be looking back at this 3 years from now. But AR5 doesn't have a chance to be good.
AR's way more talented than Danny Dom.
Let me ask you a real question though. Move Patrick Mahomes to this Giants team. How good is he?
Playoff team every year.
The Giants are a playoff team with Patrick Mahomes
every single year with Patrick Mahomes. Yes. It factor. Y'all hold on. I'm not even. I don't like the Chiefs. I don't like the Chiefs. But I'm a realist.
God damn. Nobody's taking you serious right now. Nobody.
You're so anti-Mahomes that it's like we're losing credibility on this show every single day.
You're losing credibility.
I don't like the Chiefs at all. I got beef with the Chiefs
online. You're losing credibility.
Real though, homie. I keep it real. Mahomes is the top quarterback in his league.
You're losing credibility right now. You're losing it right now. You're talking about the all-time most systematic quarterback in the history. Patrick Mahomes can go to the
quarterback plays in the system, homie. How about that? Every quarterback plays in the system.
Stop. You're fucking losing credibility.
Mahomes is a smarter player. He has more heart. He's tougher than nails. It don't matter what you do to Mahomes. You're gonna be on that field. He has the it factor. He's clutch. He can make any throw on the field. He's not as athletic as Danny Don. I'll give you that, but he's athletic enough. Bigger arm. What are we talking about here, bro? You are a hater when it comes to Mahomes. And that is a fact. You are the biggest hater.
I'm a hater.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, homie. How many rings would Andy Reid have with Danny Downs at quarterback?
What?
How many rings would Andy Reid have right now if Danny Downs had been his quarterback the last 5 years? How many rings would he have?
Don't know. Never.
No, answer the question. Nope. Answer the question.
Don't know.
But I had to answer the question now. Okay.
Yeah. You know what? Don't know.
Well, one thing you do know, homie. Mahomes gave him 3.
You know what don't know means?
Mahomes gave him 3.
You know what don't know means? He could have more. He could have more. That's what don't know means. But see, I don't put my foot in my mouth and sound ignorant. He could have more. He could have more. Holy shit.
JB, I'll argue with you later, man.
Hey,
we got a special guest on for the show right now.
Yeah.
Big Matt McChesney. Bring him on. I'm not doing no long intro. Bring on Big Matt. What's up? What's going on, man? I love the hoodie. He's locked in, all black, everything. Black shade. Looks like the fucking Terminator right now. A straight badass. Colorado's 8-2, but what do I know? What does Matt know? I'm sure JB has 1,000 more excuses right now. Who they played against? How you feeling right now, Big Matt? I ain't seen you in 2 weeks.
What's happening? How's everybody?
Good,
what up,
man? Good.
Congrats, 8-2. Leading the way right now into the Big 12 title game, possibly, right? You probably are it's in your wheelhouse to get this done. You control your destiny, right?
Yeah, if they win out, they're in. But this could happen as well.
A win over Kansas and wins by Utah and BYU. Okay, so it's like multiple different ways for them.
Yeah, Utah's at Iowa State. I don't know. I mean, Utah's pretty beat up.
Yeah.
And then BYU, I can't remember who they play.
Gotcha.
Hey, look, that was my lock pick of the week. I picked KU to beat BYU on BetUS. So shout out to them. I also picked Arizona State to beat K-State. Shout out to Kenny Dillingham, a young rising coach of the year candidate over there in Arizona State. I think Arizona State plays BYU, if I'm not mistaken, which could be beneficial for Colorado.
Yeah, I think they do actually too.
Yeah, so that could be beneficial for Colorado. What did you see from your team the other day, man? In a game that just seemed like they were hitting on all cylinders for a while there, and he throws a pick to start the game. Utah has no offense and no QB. We already knew. I was actually surprised Utah did as well as they did with the QB later to come back, cut it in within 15, I think with eight minutes left or something. I'm like, damn, they tried to onside, I believe. I just thought Colorado dominated in all facets. I just think Utah's banged up as any team in the country, and no quarterback hurts you, as you know. Where are you at with this performance overall?
Well, 8-2 feels good. I mean, I've been beating this drum for a long time, so to be sitting in this position feels good. I'm not going to lie. I think CU's the best team in the Big 12. I don't even think it's close. BYU's a good team, but CU is an explosive team with a bunch of NFL players on it, and that's on defense. I'm not even talking about the offense. Their defense is mean. They are fast. They can rush the passer. They are turnover-centric, and they have bought into Coach Livingston's MO on how to do things. Coach Prime is the transfer portal wizard. I mean, his way works. So, it's all that crow out there in the world. It's served with barbecue sauce. Thank you. But they're not done. It's not over. 8-2 is not the goal. I think that the Kansas game coming up is an extremely hard matchup. They're a good football team. I think that could be, it's a trap game. It's in Arrowhead. But I think CU knows that. They're not stupid. Oklahoma State is bad. So we'll see what happens there. But CU should be playing for the Big 12 title, and it puts them in position to maybe be the 4 seed. So I'm pumped, man. I mean, I couldn't be more excited for the future of the program, for what they've got going on right now, for what Coach Prime has built. The atmosphere up there was incredible. Singing "Happy Birthday" to Peggy on her 100th birthday was incredible. Like, it was just, it's everything I knew was underlying at that place that just needed to be pulled out by the right person. And Coach Prime is the right guy. So not only that, but Juju,
decommitted from SC. Yeah.
From SC, that's coming this week. I ain't telling you it's a guarantee, but I'm 99% positive that kid's going to be a buff. And then the amount of recruits that were there, including my son was there, obviously, as a recruit on Saturday, obviously, like not to sound like a dick or anything, but that was pretty cool again. And then Michael Carroll, all 6'8" of him was there, and the IMG connection, and I mean, all these just badasses everywhere. Just the great 4-star players at every turn. And I got to talk to a lot of them and being up there with all the recruits and whatnot. And what Coach Prime's doing is working. It is absolutely working, and it resonates with the younger generation, and they love it. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. What do you think, bro? I mean, you're the hardest critic on these guys that I've ever seen. I understand that Utah's beat up and shit. They put 50 points on them. Like,
yeah.
And before JD said something,
they beat the shit out of them.
I predicted they would score 56 points, and everybody on the show said, "Oh, you're crazy. Utah defense is still legit. You're fucking insane. You sound stupid as hell."
I didn't think they would score 49. I said it on my show. Somebody said they scored 50, and I was like, not against Utah's defense, and then bam.
Yeah, that's just how banged up they are on offense.
I really think they played very well, honestly. I thought Colorado was kind of sloppy, and they still scored 50.
I believe that's how bad Utah is on offense, as Matt will understand.
I think that's how good CU is on offense.
Yeah, no, but as a coach, like if you're that bad on offense, your defense eventually loses some faith and being on the field as long as they are. And Smitty, you know this. I mean, fuck.
Well, Utah had you.
I said that though. That's one of my reasons. That's why I was.
Yeah, but hold on. They weren't on the field as long as they were. Utah had the ball 12 minutes longer than CU in the game. So,
but I mean, I'm talking about transition. If you're on the field and then you get ball and you get hit quick over the top of Baghdad,
third down, be ready. He's like, damn.
Or they score quick, and then Utah gets the ball on offense and fucking does nothing with 8-minute drives. It just hurts your team. I just think they don't have no quarterback. No excuse. You guys.
But again, they did have the ball for 12 minutes more than CU did in the game. So
yeah. You guys beat the shit out of them. No question about it. I'm picking KU this week. Here's what it is, though. Let me ask you something. Let me be honest. Well, listen, I think I'm doing Colorado a favor. I'm picking them every week against them, and you guys.
The transition was hilarious, though. That's why I laughed.
Here's what I want to ask Matt, though. In all seriousness, Matt just asked me what I thought, because I'm a critic. Here's my issue I have.
I don't want you to pick us, actually. Fuck you.
Can two things be true, though, as Smitty always says? Like, is this just kind of like the stars have aligned? You guys have come into this division. You guys were picked first, I believe, preseason. I think Arizona State was picked last. They're actually in this hunt for winning the whole thing.
What did you say we were picked first? We were picked like 12th.
Over in the whole thing? I'm talking about this side.
This side? What do you mean?
Don't they have like the side of the conference, like that you don't play those teams? You didn't play BYU, Iowa State, Arizona State.
No, there's no more divisions.
Okay, so you guys were picked 12th overall in the Big 12?
Yes.
Of how many teams?
16.
All right, so you're picked 12 out of 16 teams. I think Arizona State was picked last. Here's what I want to ask you, though. Isn't the stars aligned where you guys can just happen to be in a conference that we all thought was going to be way better? That just hasn't been. You guys have played the teams when you do that just have seemed to have nothing going for them. And I think two things can be true. Utah's riddled with injury. I think they're picked first, weren't they? So that team was riddled with injury. I just think the stars have aligned, but you guys have won every game you're supposed to. So that's the bottom line. You can't take that away from them. I'm not going to say I'm a dick riding hater. You guys have won the game you're supposed to win. But at the end of the day, I still say, who have you beat? Well, there's not a top 10 team. So at the end of the day, you guys are projecting you guys are this good and you guys can beat anybody in the country. That's what Matt just said. That's a projection, in my opinion, right? It's an assumption because you haven't proved it yet. You lost to
technically speaking, it's an assumption. Technically,
well, technically, is what facts are.
Yeah, isn't everything an assumption?
Right.
I mean, what are we?
No. Your opinion is, but the fact of the matter is,
but your opinion also that they can't do it is an assumption. So what do you? What?
No, but they can't. They haven't though. That's a fact. They haven't
because they're not on the schedule though. So we just haven't seen it.
No, right? They played a ranked team, bro. K-State beat them. They lost. They lost to a ranked Nebraska at the time. So those are facts. It's not my opinion.
Nebraska wasn't ranked when you played.
Nebraska wasn't ranked, and you said top 10. I'm sorry, I was just listening to what you said. Top 10.
They were ranked. He hasn't beat a top 10 team.
Nebraska was not ranked when we played, and Kansas State was 20th or something.
Got you. So they haven't beat a ranked team is all I'm saying. You're assuming that he can beat anybody in America. Jeff Nadu picked them and Jeff Nadu came out and gave shots to Matt Bailey, said you guys turned his mind. He bet when it was when it was 25,000 plus 25,000, he bet $1,000 on it. I think 6 weeks ago. It's now plus 400 or something to win it all. So, hey, shit, man, jump on it. It is what it is.
I mean, yeah, I'm excited about everything. I mean, I'm the kind of winner that just here it is. Like, I'm not going to like rub people's face in it and shit. Not yet, because we haven't really accomplished anything yet. Again, the goal is not to win 8 games. But I will say this. Coach Prime's the National Coach of the Year. Travis Hunter's winning the Heisman, undoubtedly. And Shedeur Sanders is the first pick in the draft. And there's probably 10 guys on this team that are going to be drafted. So, and I think they could have the potential to be better down the road, even with Travis and Shedeur gone, because of the way that they're recruiting right now. So I think that they have the opportunity to just take over the Big 12, regardless of what the conference is or is not. It is like we didn't make the conference. You know what I'm saying? Like, you play where you play. So,
well, Cignetti's the coach of the year. Cignetti's the coach of the year. It's not even close. I don't agree with you on that. You can't lose a game.
It's close.
I would say that Coach Prime wins it because he's Coach Prime, but that's me.
Yeah, I agree.
I also, you could say the same thing about Indiana. Indiana hasn't beat anyone. Indiana has not beaten ranked teams every week. They're just undefeated. So, like
they got to play one.
What?
They got to play this week against one though.
Right. So
Ohio State's going to shit stomp Indiana, bro.
We'll see. It'll be interesting.
That's just my opinion, but again.
I mean, historically, that's what's happened, Matt.
You know what, Matt? I will say this before you transition. Matt, you're way more mature than me at this point. I'm not mature yet because if I was a buff, obviously I support it because I support Deion. If I was an actual buff, I probably would be talking a lot of shit right now, only because I don't forget. And I remember last year, and it's not even towards just JB. It's just like a lot of people were talking so much trash against Colorado.
Yeah, I know.
And the hype and the Louis and
the me
4 games and it doesn't work and just was taking so much content creators. It was all attacking. And then preseason, these guys won't even win 5 games, 4 games, this, that, and the third. And they're 8-2. Like, I know that's not the goal, but sometimes you got to be in the moment, though. But hold on now. Y'all didn't think we would even be this good. So fuck what we're about to do.
They were 4-8 last year. They were 4-8
and we shocked and we proved all y'all wrong.
They were
they were 4-8 last year.
All the Louis talk, homie. That was valid for us to criticize them. Why is it not valid to criticize them?
Hold on. They were 4-8, lost 6 games by 1 score, and Coach Prime knew what he knew.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
he said y'all better get us now.
Why is it not criticize worthy? Is my question.
Everything is criticize worthy. He's not saying you can't criticize it. He's saying everybody that did.
That's what Smitty said, though.
It sure. He didn't say you can't criticize it. He said that people did criticize it.
Right.
So the fact that people did criticize the way that they did, and then now the majority of people have turned coat and tried to jump on the bandwagon so they can get more clicks. I personally think that I don't really need to say a whole lot. Like, everybody knows who everyone is. Like, there's no hiding on social media. There's no hiding on YouTube. There's no hiding on fucking film. Like, you can't hide on film as a player, and you can't hide on film as a pundit. So I feel like, the people that have gone out of their way to try and make their name off other people's misfortune and like not playing well now you look like a fucking idiot. Like, it just period. Because not only are they 8-2, but they're about to be 10-2. Then they're going to win the Big 12 and be 11-2. And then they're going to go to the playoff and be the 4 seed and go. And like, if you think the hype is big, then holy shit. Like, at that point, like, the 4 seed is incredible. I don't know what's going to happen in the playoff. It's the first time we've ever seen anything like this. I'm just fucking ecstatic about being like, it's incredible. So
I think you should be, dog. I swear to God, I think you should.
Like, it's been a long time coming as an alum and as a proud ex-player up there. Again, I'll say we haven't won a bowl game since I was a senior, and that was 20 years ago. So I feel like the tide has turned and CU's back where they should be, and all you motherfucking haters out there can suck my motherfucking dick, and we still smoking. What?
Yeah, I just don't think you played anybody. I think you got the 80th strength.
Well, that's fine. You can think whatever you want.
I'm be honest. You should be fucking happy. Period. You're an alum, homie. You're an alum.
You're riding Indiana, and they haven't played anyone either.
No, hell no. And that's my whole point is like, but I'm not an alum of Indiana. I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying you should be like super ecstatic about your team. But I mean, they do have the 80th strength of schedule. They are in a conference that's been horrific.
Come on, dog. Just stop.
But why can't 2 things be true, homie?
Because it's just not. No one's sitting around talking about strength of schedule right now. Like, no one in college football at any other turn. There's no other team No one's sitting around talking about Indiana and be like, their strength of schedule. Like they're just undefeated.
Yeah, but I've
like,
not heard that all since the beginning of the year.
They're just facts, though. I don't think they beat anyone or played anyone.
It's facts from your opinion. And look, do they have the 80th ranked schedule? Sure, I guess. I don't know that for sure. And if that's what you're looking at, cool.
73rd, my bad.
73rd and 80 or 7 points away, but whatever. I just think it's
72 from 1.
How do I say this?
Take your time.
But remember, Indiana's 10-0. I don't know. You keep mentioning Indiana. They're 10-0.
I understand. But so what difference does it make? They're 10-0.
No, you just said they haven't played nobody. They're not really blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well,
they haven't played. If you're going to sit here and say CU hasn't played anyone, then I'm gonna find another example and be like, well, Indiana hasn't played anyone. I'm not hating on them. I'm just saying.
He's not hating. He's just saying if you're going to use the argument for Colorado, you got to use it for every other team that's been that same.
Like I'm going to say that the U hasn't played anybody either because they're in the ACC, and neither is Clemson, and neither is SMU. And
guess what?
I'm going to sit here and be like, okay, well. Fucking Penn State hasn't played anybody either, and they might
get in the playoff, and they haven't. That's what's fucked up. That's my whole point about football's watered down, maybe.
It's not watered down. It's different conferences, dog.
I get it, but there's not really like a good fucking I haven't really sat around and said, "Fuck, man, this is a must watch for me." Like I don't get it. I don't see it. I'm just bad. Shaun Salisbury said for the first time in 30 years he missed the whole weekend of college football, and he said he didn't even remember to watch it. He's like, "It's just."
Well, that sucks for you guys because it was ridiculous.
I mean, I just don't see the product being as good as you guys think it is. Just because there's like a good game between two teams, I get the score may show the average guy out here in the chat that it's good. But to us, we're looking at it like, come on, man, this is.
I totally disagree, bro. I think college football and the NFL right now is humming.
Really, the NFL?
That was fucking awesome. What are you talking about?
JB, you've been singing this tune for a while.
The game was awesome. Yeah, I think it's really good right now. Yeah,
you've been singing this tune for a while, JB. Like, can we dive like a level deeper though? Like, and I'm sure you explained it before. I just like, why is it bad though? Like, why?
Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you. Why?
Why is what bad?
Like, why is everything so bad?
What are you seeing today that was different than let's say, I don't know, 08 or whenever the last time you used to like it? Like, what's really
here's a good question off of that. Yeah. When was it good?
Right. There we go.
It's been good forever. Mediocrity is your guys' new excellence.
No, don't. I'm asking you a legit question.
I'm 43 years old, dog. Don't be sitting here throwing me in the fucking in like the little kid pool.
Yeah, man.
My guys is
I'm talking about right now.
My guys is fucking. My guys is.
You said right now, Matt.
Younger than you. What are you talking about?
No, I get it. I'm saying you just asked me right now what the difference is, and I said you guys think it's good, so it's mediocrity is your new excellence. Then,
but that's not answering the question. I'm asking.
Okay, let me ask.
Why don't you like it? Don't say why we think.
I don't know why. I don't know why Smitty's asking me this question. I tell him every day on the show as my co-host.
But when was it good in your opinion, bro? When is it? When did it decline?
When quarterback play was good. This is the worst quarterback draft class that we will see this year coming out. This is the worst.
That last year.
That's what you said. Exactly what you said last year.
It was.
The year before that.
Be worse.
Dude.
And that's my point, man. It's worse. Like, why is it so hard? Why is it hard to realize that it's worse?
Because you're being extremely fucking like.
No, I'm just
saying. That's a huge bubble, dog. When was quarterback play? When did it start getting shitty? I need to hear this.
Andrew Luck's last year.
So that's 2012, right? I think that's 2011. Like,
look at that draft. Look at that draft class. Look at the college classes that's come out right around from all the way to 2012.
What about Peyton Manning's record-setting season in 2013?
No.
I think
college. He's talking college. I think
you're asking me two different things. You said
he's talking college, Matt.
Yeah, I'm talking about when did it end for me, and when did it become average or shitty? I said the 2012 college class to me was the best quarterback class that ended where college and the NFL started to lose the quarterback. That's what lost me. That's my answer to your question.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I don't see great football right now. I just don't. I don't see it at any level. I go out and see Weddle's high school games. I go out and watch college. I just don't see great football. I just think that we coddle these kids so much because of a transfer portal in high school as well. In high school as well. Well, Matt, you know damn well, Matt, you can't
as a guy who works with kids and had 30 of them in the gym at 5 a.m. this morning pushing sleds and throwing up and shit, I don't see the coddled kid. Again, as a guy who actively works with them, and it may be a small sample size, goddammit, but that doesn't mean it's not true.
I believe you, but 30, I'm just telling you, when I go around and see the big sample size of the product that we watch every single Saturday and Sunday, that's to me the sample size that I judge. I can't judge your 30 kids that are coming to pay you to come get better. I'm talking about nationally what I'm seeing. I'm looking at the high school coach that doesn't coach anymore, that allows everything because he's scared that the kid will leave and go to another high school. I'm watching the college kid who gets cussed out and benched at Boston College and enters the fucking portal and misses 2 days of practice. I'm talking about that on a national scale is why football is not as good as it once was. But then I'm the hater when I tell you that. That's just my opinion. And I'm not saying it's fact. I'm saying it's my opinion because that's what I know. My eyes do work still at 48.
And this is mostly tailored towards quarterback play, right? For the most part. Because I'm still seeing the line play. You're still seeing great old line play. Receivers might be at all-time high that we've seen. Yeah. Like, so is it just quarterbacks? That's the main thing, and everything else is good.
Well, it's not just quarterbacks, Smitty. Come on now. But if quarterbacks are that bad, the product is going to be bad. I think Matt will agree. If the quarterback position, if the Lamborghini's the head of the fucking thing and it breaks down, I don't think the other cars railing up the back are going to be really good. Like we're not.
I agree. I said the same thing about Daniel Jones a few minutes ago, and you said everybody else was bad though, and they went there. So I agree with that. I agree with you.
Quarterback play runs the league, right? They're the highest paid position in fucking sports. If they're shitty, then I don't think you can have a really good league. That's just
I watched Herbert and Burrow go after each other last night like fucking banshees. I watched Allen and Mahomes play their asses off. I watched Bo Nix throw 4 tutties yesterday and look like a superstar.
Matthew Stafford threw 4. Jared Goff.
I watched Stafford look like a G. I don't know, dog. I'm on the other side of the fence here, bro. Like I think there's a lot of things.
It's funny how you guys are now talking about this week fucking 11. But for 10 weeks, when I've been talking about a guy throwing for 80 yards and a guy throwing for 100 yards and a motherfucker can't complete a fucking hitch ball, now all of a sudden it's great again?
No, we never agreed with you on this. We Smitty and I have never agreed with you on this.
I know. I agree. But quarterback play is garbage, Matt. Come on.
Now it's not the
9 fucking weeks, Smitty. You and I have argued.
I think some of the rules are garbage, and I think the refs are garbage.
We have one good
I think that the quarterback play is actually pretty good.
We had one good weekend yesterday. We finally had guys fucking throwing guys open.
That's not true. Hold on, JB.
I watched Jared Goff go 18 for 18 one night. I mean, come on. He went for 5 touchdowns yesterday.
JB, even you admitted that Lamar Jackson's having his best year he's ever had throwing the ball. You said it.
His best year. Okay, not a fucking great year.
We keep giving you different examples. We do Jared Goff. We do Matthew Stafford. Like,
listen, man. Listen, can I be clear before Matt? I know Matt wants to say something. Matt, I know you got to get out of here. Here's what I want to be clear with. I always be the guy different because my eyes work at a quarterback like radar level. I'm going to look at quarterback and say, okay, Goff, to Matt's point, did go 18 for 18. That's why Mazzoni and I broke it down. And we're on the same page. And I think Matt respects Mazzoni. I think he respects these guys that have done it for a long time. 18 of 18. Did you watch the game and see what he did and what he threw?
I watched every snap. Yeah.
He's not sitting out here throwing 26-yard daggers off the cut, homie. He's throwing dink and dunk. This is not quarterback play that we grew up watching.
But it works though. If it leads to scoring and winning, why does it matter?
But to your point, then two things can be true. Don't tell me
but isn't the West Coast offense predicated off dinking and dunking and taking what is in front of you?
Not really. We used to throw into the teeth of the coverage, though, Matt. I mean, we hit our 5th step and threw the ball.
I watched fucking Joe Burrow lace a ball last night between 4 guys.
That's not an anomaly. Yeah, I'm a Burrow guy. I agree. Burrow's one of the best, though. Like, I'm not talking about overall. We're not just talking about one guy. I'm talking about hitting our 5th step, Matt, and the ball comes out. Now we're hitting our 5th step.
We just brought up half the league that's balling the fuck out.
I don't know about balling the fuck out, but yesterday they had a decent game. I don't know, man. I'm just different with quarterback play. Matt, I'm just telling you, Matt, I got all 22s on DV Sports. Shout out to DV Sports. I'm watching DV Sports.
I just wonder what it's like to live in your world where nothing is good ever.
I'm just saying, Matt, I watch film and I can't. I haven't seen
Eeyore. He's fucking Eeyore. How did we not come up with this fucking sooner?
Matt, I haven't seen a guy hit his fifth step and throw the ball, Matt. I see him run around.
They're not doing fucking 5-step drops under center very much anymore, dog. The game has evolved.
Okay, you know what I mean. If you're in the gun, then take your 3 steps.
You said 5-step drop. I'm just saying, look. Not everything is terrible. There are things. When you say everything's terrible, the shit that's actually terrible looks the same as the stuff that's good to you, and I just don't understand it. It's like it's like putting a 5 next to a 10 and saying the 10 is a dog. She's not a dog. The 5's a dog. Like I'm dumbfounded by it. Not everything and everyone is terrible.
Hey, your analogy is good. Doesn't that go the other way too? When we see a bunch of 5s because we haven't seen a 10 in so fucking long that your dick's now hard on a 5, thinking she's really legit?
Nah, dog. I don't go after 5 very hard.
That's my point. Y'all looking at a bunch of 5s thinking it's 10 because you're so deprived of good football. You don't know what it is anymore.
I disagree with that.
Hold on. I know I'm the young guy on the show, but I'm not 18. So, like, I watched Peyton Manning. I watched Tom Brady. I grew up with Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees. Like, that's what I grew up watching. So, I know what greatness is. Matt was 3-4 years younger than you, so y'all in the same fucking era. So, like, you're acting as if, like, we just haven't – it ain't been that long, homie, since some of the guys who you consider great have been playing. Brady just retired. He won Super Bowl 4 years ago. Like, it hasn't been that long since the guys who you actually do respect have been playing. So, like, my eyes and Matt's eyes work too. Maybe not the same quarterback-eel level as yours work. Maybe. I respect that. But, like, some of the shit, I don't need to be knowing all the very specifics of quarterback to just know that's a fucking good play. That's a great ball. Like, I've been around football my whole life too. I know what good quarterback play is versus bad quarterback play. Now, you know all the details. I respect that 100%. But I know if it's a bad quarterback play. It don't take a genius to look at that.
My bad. I'm not discrediting you and Matt saying that it's a good ball. This was a great ball. I mean, Herbert threw a great ball to win the game last night. He took a shot. He threw a corner route on time over the quarter dropper.
He threw a lot on him last night.
Yeah, and he struggled the whole second half though. He looked bad. He looked bad in the second half.
Yeah, but in winning time, he went and performed.
Yeah, but JB, that's football as you know it. Like the whole game ain't gonna
nothing goes well the whole game.
The defense gets paid too, you know. Like both sides are gonna make plays.
I'm not saying, but that's my point though. This is a league that has been like this year. It's not just been like, oh, this motherfucker's. No, it's been 9 weeks of horrific football. We've been talking about it. Come on now. Matt's come on and said, God damn, this is the worst Thursday night game I've seen ever. Like 2 weeks ago, we were like, holy fuck, this is the worst Thursday night. Matt, you and I texted each other. This is bad football on a majority level. This year has been bad football. I'm just throwing it out there. Now we have a good weekend where we get a couple quarterbacks to throw for 4 touchdowns, and now all of a sudden it's back. It's not back, homie. I'm just telling you.
Listen, I don't know what you and Matt are texting, but I can't comment on that.
No, we're just talking about football.
I know. I'm just saying I don't know what y'all, but from my end, you know, I've been on this side for the most. Now there's been some weeks where I'm like, yeah, JB, you right. This was a bad weekend of quarterback play. I say the first 3 weeks, you know, we were all on here like it's like the extension of the preseason. It's like, oh my God. But for me, since week 5, I would say, and I feel like I've been satisfied, me personally. So that's just me though. So it's what it is.
Matt, real quick.
I was entertained, and I last night I was a little blown away by how good the game was.
Yeah.
Real quick, before you get out of here, I just want to ask you a couple things, college football wise. Wisconsin, who I picked to cover Oregon, Shaun King picked as well. Could have won the game if they had any type of quarterback play. They fired a good friend of mine after the game, Phil Longo. It's crazy. I think it comes down to recruiting, man, and having the trigger man there. I think this is what, the fifth OC to be fired here during the season. What do you think about this right here? Great dude right here, man. He's been around. He's in North Carolina for a while. He used to be at Sam Houston. He's been all over the place. I've known him forever. Luke Fickell, I do not like. Fired him after a tough loss to Oregon. I thought they were in the game for the most part. Could have won the game with any type of quarterback play. Had nothing to do with the play calling. It has to do with the execution at times. I think we blame the coach far too much nowadays. Coaching's overrated. Players win games. Coaches lose them. Where are you at with this one?
Can't fire the kid. Not yet. So somebody's got to eat shit, and that someone is the coach. So I'm not saying I feel bad for him either because his money's guaranteed. So enjoy your vacation, bro. Like,
he good.
It's like when the Jets fired Robert Saleh. He's got 3 years of making $30,000 a day or some shit. Like, you expect me to feel sorry for you because you got fired? Get fucked. Have fun on your vacation. Like,
go to St. Lucia, homie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that that's the same circumstance because obviously he's not making that kind of money being an OC, but he's not making bad money. So,
yeah.
I unfortunately, because I've been a player and a coach for so long, I have no sympathy for anyone. This is what football is. So I yearn for the day where we can cut college kids. Instead of just telling them to go to the transfer portal. Like,
yeah, I
wish that each week you could put guys on waivers.
Thank you. Fuck. If they want to be pros and talk about their grown.
It'll happen eventually. They just have to figure out how you're going to go to school and be a professional because you can't cut a kid and then he can't go to class. Like, there's logistical shit that's in the works there. So I yearn for the day where you can just cut guys. Like, you don't want to do your job, you're cut. You don't want to fucking play well, you're cut. Instead of, hey, you're going to go to the transfer portal at the next cycle because that's where guys who got cut go. Like, and a lot of these cats that are like redshirting in the middle of the year, they're doing it because they essentially got cut. Like, let's be real. Like, the coaches were like, hey, you're not going to play anymore. If we could cut your ass, we would, but we can't. So redshirt and then go in the portal when it's time. That's their way of cutting the player or the way of the player cutting themselves. Don't get it twisted. There's tons of players who self-sabotage. Oh, self-sabotage is a real thing, bro. Like, it's fucking crazy.
More than
that. Like, I know you know this better than anybody, especially being at a JUCO, but self-sabotage is nuts. Like,
they'll do it on purpose.
I always love the guy who's like, oh my God, it's so hard at home and I can't get out of bed because of it. And I'm smoking dope every day because it's so hard at home. And then I like talk to the parents and the parents are like, yeah, there's no problems at home. Everything's good. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. And the kid is like, oh yeah, I guess I got that worked out. And you're looking at the kid like, bro, are you're just like looking for sympathy?
Yeah.
Like, wrong goddamn wheelhouse, bro. No sympathy around here.
Yeah.
Kick rocks.
Real quick, let me ask you. Let me transition to a team that you played early on, Nebraska. I think if you played them again, you'd beat the shit out of them. Colorado would. Nebraska's hit a wall. Matt Rule's hit a wall there. They got to my point. They got a 5-star guy in Riola or whatever. They fire their OC. They hire a guy who I also know really well, who was at TCU early for most of the year. He's coming in to save the day, but Nebraska didn't look any better against USC. They got a 5-star kid that, to me, has underperformed tremendously in Riola. Where are you at with this Nebraska team? I think they've lost, 4 in a row. They seem to have hit rock bottom over there in Lincoln. This seems to just be a curse of Frank Solich, Pelini, and, of course, the legend Tom Osborne. Where are you at with Nebraska right now, just not figuring it out and getting over the hump in the last, 30 years?
Well, I mean, as a buff, I take a lot of pride in sticking a nail in that coffin in 01 because when they were ranked, they've never been ranked that high before and hasn't played in a national title game since we fucking rolled them that day, November 26, 2001. That's how real the rivalry is for us. It's real for them too. That was their Super Bowl this year, and it was another game for CU after winning 3 or 4. I think that Matt Rule is a good college football coach that if they give him time to do what he needs to do and fortify around Raiola, then it'll work. But right now they're losing small, and next year they'll probably win small. So they've got to figure out how to win games at the end of the game. They do this all the time. They've been doing this for years. They play just good enough to lose at the end of the game. So the Indiana game was an outlier. They don't really get beat like that often. The Illinois game, they lost in overtime. They lost at Ohio State by a point? They fucking constantly do this. Last year they lost 6 games by 1 score or some shit. The year before that they went 3-9, and all 9 of their losses were by 1 score. So it's not that they don't play hard. It's not that they don't have talent. It's a finishing thing. And there's this like cloud around Lincoln where they don't know how to finish. And someone's got to teach them how to do that. And that someone is Matt Rule. So again, like, I'm good friends with Adam Carricker and a bunch of Nebraska guys, and they're already beating the drum for a new coach. Like, sometimes a new coach isn't the answer. You got to ride with what you've got and try and build on it. And understand that this isn't just a quick fix. It wasn't even a quick fix in Boulder. They went 4-8 and ate a ton of shit before they figured out how to turn it around. You know, like
Colorado's been to a bowl game more recent than Nebraska. That's to me. That's like crazy. Like,
they have, but it was the COVID year. I don't count that shit.
No, you guys won 10 with Mac
in 2016. Yeah.
But I mean. So, when's the last Nebraska bowl? 8-10 years? I don't know.
Nebraska. I don't think Nebraska's made a bowl game in almost 10 years. So to me is that's incredible. So especially being a foundational program the way they are in the NCAA. So I would tell the people in Lincoln to calm down and see what happens the rest of the season. Hopefully they can get a dub. You know, they're hosting Wisconsin this weekend. It's their last home game. It's senior day. Go out and get a win and go bowl eligible and see if you can get an extra month of practice. That will help. All this, like, we've got to find a way to keep Raiola. If Raiola doesn't want to be there, fuck him. Let leave and let someone else step in. He hasn't been the answer to their prayers this year. He's just been another guy in the shit show. So if his uncle's the coach there and his dad used to play there and he still wants to leave, that should tell you all you need to know about him. He's a front runner. He's only good for Nebraska when Nebraska's good. Because when Nebraska was ranked and they were 5-1 and they were fucking talking about them being, competing for the Big Ten title, he was King Dick. And now that they're 5-5, now we're hearing rumblings that he wants to transfer. If that's the kind of guy you are, I don't want you at the quarterback position for my team. So that's just fact. Especially when they got the other kid behind him. I can't remember his name, but he's the Nebraska native that's like super athletic and goes in and plays. So it's a tricky situation in Lincoln. They it's the same, the conference realignment shit. Like, I'm sure that if people at Nebraska could have redone this, they never would have gone to the Big Ten. Because when they went to the Big Ten and they became just another program. But when they were in the Big 12, they were the program, bro. Like, it was their conference. It was them in Texas and Oklahoma and Colorado. And it was like, everybody in the conference respected each other and you knew what you were going to get. Nebraska has no identity anymore. They have no real rival in the conference. Like, that sucks. Like, that's why I was so glad CU went back to relatively familiar stomping grounds in the Big 12.
Let me ask you real quick. What's your thoughts on Billy Napier turning that around? He was a lame duck, fired, waiting to happen. He got an extension as the year's gone. Love to see the storyline just because, we fire coaches so quickly, especially in this day and age of mercenaries being paid to basically go from school to school, year to year. Where you at with him turning around this program? They just beat LSU. They got a good young QB in Lagway. When he's healthy, he's a real talent. But where you at with Florida and Billy Napier turning that thing around in a daunting SEC conference?
Well, it's the same thing I would say to Nebraska. Like, look at Napier. He was on the hot seat 2 weeks ago, getting hammered by Texas. They get one big win against LSU, and everybody loves him again. So it's the nature of the business, man. There's expectations at Florida. There's expectations in Lincoln. There's expectations in Boulder. There's expectations in Salt Lake City. Like, with, Kyle Whittingham, they're talking about, is he going to be there next year? And is it time for him to move on?
I think he's voluntarily stepping down anyway. I think he announced
they have a coach in waiting. But, again, you know how the coach in waiting thing goes, bro. Like, Will Meschamp was a coach in waiting forever, and then he wasn't. And then he was at another school. So
was Franklin.
I think that Florida's a good football team with a lot of young talent on it that needs to figure out how to win. And if the Lagaway kid is a stud, so again, now you got to keep him there. So once you show that you're a stud, you got to keep your stud because everybody's a free agent when the fucking transfer portal opens.
Yeah, no question. It's gonna be interesting to see if they keep him.
Bro, the transfer portal this year, if you thought it's crazy in the past years, it's about to be fucking nuts.
Really?
It is about to be fucking. I've been talking to Carl Reed and my man Phil Dukes, and like, they're really interwoven in recruiting, and so am I, obviously. And just judging by the people that I've talked to up in Boulder and seeing their board, like I saw the board of who they're like, dude, fuck. It is about to be. If you thought the Wild West was wild last year, this shit is about to be nuts. It is about to be like the most money you've ever seen thrown around to players. The Underwood kid is already getting offered almost $11 million by Dave Portnoy in Michigan. $11 million over 3 years. And he said no. So what else are you going to offer him if he's saying no to that? Like, there's just so now with all the players, because I know JB is huge on this, and so am I. Now there's expectation coming with your paycheck, dog. So you're not a child anymore. You're not a kid anymore. Like, this is some real shit. And the programs that can figure out how to manage young men like professionals, they're going to do this well. And the ones that can't are going to struggle because those kids are going to see it working other places and want to go a place where it works because today's kid doesn't want to go build. They want to go get paid and go to a place where, they can go play immediately. So,
and Matt, that's my point. It's a lot of money to pay a kid that's never shown me he can do anything.
Yeah, the NFL is no different. They're drafting kids and paying them a lot of money on potential.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, at least most guys that get big contracts have played certain years in the league that we know why we're paying them. These guys, I don't know. We're just taking 17-year-old Nico, family friend. Daddy played with me in JUCO and grew up with the dad and coached the kid. He seemed to have hit a wall as of late. Georgia beat them kind of handily. Carson Beck showed back up. I thought he's been very, very mid.
Man, he's terrible.
They're back in the playoff conversation just because of the conference they are in and hardest schedule in America. Where are you at with this team? Can the SEC really put 5 teams in the playoff?
They'll put 4. They won't put 5. They're going to cannibalize each other another week or two. It just is what it is. Georgia's going to get in, and they're going to be a crawl. They're going to be a thorn in someone's side because they can play defense and they can run the ball, and they've been doubted. But they've also shown they can get beat. So everybody, even Oregon's undefeated, and they've shown they can get beat. Boise had Oregon on the ropes. Ohio State had Oregon on the ropes. I don't think there's going to be any undefeated teams at the end of this fucking regular season. I think Oregon will take a loss eventually. Even in the Big Ten title game, they had to play Ohio State again. I don't think they can beat Ohio State on a neutral site. So I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of really good football teams with good coaches and great players, and it's going to be a fucking wild ride, bro. I can't wait.
Yeah, it is. Matt, always fun. Appreciate you jumping in here. You guys follow Matt and Bailey later on the 0 to 60 pod. Will be on at what time today?
1 o'clock Mountain.
1 o'clock Mountain. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's 12 West Coast. That's 3 East Coast. So jump on and watch that, Matt, and then we'll break down the Colorado Buffs being 8-2 and headed into KU, which I think they're going to lose.
Yeah, well, you can wish in one hand and shit in the other one and see which one fills up faster.
Hey, seriously though, KU, worry you a little? They're starting to play real well.
Yeah, KU freaks me out, and I'm really hoping that we take them seriously. But every team that's freaked me out this year, with the exception of K-State, we figured out how to beat. Nebraska didn't freak me out. They just caught us in a transition period, I think. I'm not really sure. that was just a fucking weird game.
You'll be fine. You got the best quarterback in the country. You got the Heisman winner. You got the coach of the year. You got the best.
Yeah, but the defense in Boulder is the reason they're winning. They had those people last year. Their defense, guys, is real. The Colorado's defense is really, really, really good.
Smitty, I'm gonna get with the D line. Y'all good.
Smitty, I got a Diddy dildo. I'm gonna go get for you right after this.
The fact that your mind is even going that way concerns me of what you do on your off time. I'm gonna leave that there. Matt, enjoy yourself. You need anything, man? Hey, hit us up. Everybody tune into the show. Peace. 0 to 60 pod. They going crazy. All right, then, Matt. You know what, guys, man? It's been a loaded show. Hold
on. You don't use
dildos with your girl? You don't use dildos with your girl? What was that?
You don't use dildos with your girl? Or not? Let's just say you never played with dildos with a girl. You never use dildos with a girl. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Respect.
Like
no, I'm saying if you using it with your girl, sure, but the way you worded it wasn't like that. You worded it like you were trying to be funny, like I'm.
I'm saying you was like slobbing
on some other type of energy. Like,
I mean, you was slobbing over Colorado.
Nah, the way you slobbing over Danny Dimes, yeah.
Nah, I've always said Danny Dimes is what he is, but he's not as bad as y'all think.
Yeah, whatever.
But anyway, we'll see. I'm gonna take a break, take a piss, get water.
Already said that, homie.
We got E-Dub, Eric Weddle. Shaun King can't come. His wife got sick. But E-Dub Monday, Eric Weddle, Super Bowl champ Monday. He'll be on here shortly. And we got our top 5, bottom 5 list of the weekend. We got some other things. And then we got something real quick that I wanted to address. Before we move on.
Take me off camera. I feel it.
There's a Barstool clown out here named Brandon Walker, who I've been on his show. I've actually, he's asked me several times to go on his show. I went on his fucking show, and we were cool. I thought it was cordial, blah, blah, blah. Then he took some bullshit that he's been saying on social media, and then he goes and gets personal with it. And he can't even fucking spell and says it. And this is a guy who needs a network to stay relevant, right? I'm just my own guy, my solo dolo type of cat. This guy starts to get personal after, he texts me and all these things, and then he gets personal bringing up the Hitler thing that he has no fucking clue what happened. He has not a clue what happened. It's always the content creator pussy that never played or coached who has to go personal because they know they cannot fucking talk to me about football. They have no fucking idea. But it's funny, though, that everybody started to blast the dude and say that he hit his wife and all this old shit. And then he goes straight to, that's an assumption. Wait, so it's an assumption that you hit your wife, but it's not an assumption that I said some shit about Hitler. Says the fucking clown that needs me to be relevant. It's fucking unbelievable. The guy knows shit about football. He knows shit about coaching. And yet he wants to continue to talk about shit that he has no fucking idea about. This guy's a clown. The whole Barstool Network, in my opinion, are a bunch of fucking clowns. And they know shit about football. They had to hire Gruden to give them some fucking insight. And the bottom line is Gruden looks uncomfortable as shit being around these fucking clowns. So I'm just being honest. I'm shout out to Jeff Nadu for leaving these fucking clowns. And I've heard story after story from very credible people that Brandon Walker is a fucking beta male fucking pussy that has no fucking clue what he's talking about. And keep talking about fucking Mississippi State and me, motherfucker, if that's what makes you go to sleep at night. Because you guys are fucking clowns. And you know shit about football. He was mad at fucking Coach Kelly for cussing out a player. He was mad at the ULM coach for yelling at the kid. Because you never fucking played. You guys are fucking beta male pussies. You fuck. Brandon Walker, eat a dick. I'll see you in a few minutes. Peace. What up, man? This is a proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty, and it is First Round Performance.
Yeah.
Make sure you head on over to firstroundperformance.com. We got the merch, the gear. They are top-notch company.
High quality, JB. All about the quality here. Workout gear, exclusive gear. What's that right there, JB?
By the way, nobody else in the country or the world has this short right here. You can put this short on. It helps your back. It helps your hamstrings, helps your quads as you work out.
What?
You can wear these right underneath your workout shorts or what have you. It's kind of like a girdle, but very, very comfortable. Shorts Against Syndrome. It's SAFS. Go head on over there and check it out. First Round Performance.
JB, they got workout bands. They got ankle weights.
What's this?
What's in that box?
Yo, kind of good.
It's our first time seeing this.
What's this?
I'm nervous. What's that?
A 40-yard dash electric timer. You can go get your workout on with the light and the strobe, the whole deal. Firstroundperformance.com.
Oh, you just turned it on, JB.
Bam.
You want that smoke?
Go check it out.
I know you ain't trying to race me,
I might
JB.
race Smitty and smoke him.
You ain't trying to race me. You scared of that life.
Yeah, this is the real deal. You guys got to go check it out. Firstroundperformance.com. Head on over there. Proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show.
This is nice, JB.
With Big Smitty. And
this is mine, right?
hell yeah. Listen, their premium gear, including the revolutionary SAFS shorts I just showed you, are expertly designed by a leading orthopedic surgeon to align your hips and relieve your pain. It is trusted by athletes and active individuals alike, whether you are pushing your limits with their high-quality resistance bands, as Smitty just showed you, or boosting recovery with the powerful dual-spectrum red light therapy devices that I just showed you. First Round Performance delivers the tools needed to stay at the top of your game. Whether aiming for peak performance or simply wanting to live pain-free, they've got you covered. Visit firstroundperformance.com or shop on Amazon today. They just launched their Amazon store.com, their Amazon store. This is out there, First Round Performance on Amazon. And so go help them out and grab some performance gear today. And please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions.
Yes, sir.
Go First Round.
Go First Round, baby.
The promo code will be Coach JB. So check that out and head on over there today.
Get right, baby. First Round, the highest quality.
First Round Performance, go get you some merch.
Ooh, I like this shirt. I like this shirt, JB.
Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a man who he spoke to every single NCAA college football 2025 team seemingly on the internet. From Last Chance U, national champion, Coach JB.
Yeah, Coach!
What's up, gentlemen?
Coach, just great car, great stick. Thank you for pulling off to the side of the road. Hope you don't get killed here. Honestly, the side of the road, LA, I assume, that's not necessarily the safest place on earth. So we'll make this quick. How do you feel about all of these new coaches now in this NCAA college football 2025 game using your speeches to motivate these boys from one side of the country to the other, Coach?
I feel broke.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Can I get like a royalty or something? Like, Netflix already screwed me. I'm getting screwed by EA Sports now too? Like, holy shit. I hit him up. I reached out to him like, hey, trying to be cordial and nice. I'm a nice guy, you know me.
Yeah.
What up? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. You all right?
I'm good. Shut my door.
I'm multitasking, homie.
Me too. I got to deal with all kind of shit.
Yeah, man. I got too many jobs, JB. You got to start paying me if you could start paying me $10,000 a month, I can like slow down on doing some other things, and I can like focus more just on like two things. All I need is $10,000 from you a month. I'm good to go.
How much?
Just 10 racks a month.
A lot of people. I think a lot of people need that. No.
That's it, homie. Like, that's how I be. I said it real nonchalant, like it wasn't nothing. Hey, but while JB's typing doing his thing, make sure everybody in the chat, if you haven't already, hit that like button because Bailey be talking to us behind the scenes, and y'all haven't been hitting that like button to the same level as y'all used to, and that affects the algorithm. So right now, you ain't doing nothing at all. Hit the like button real quick. 1, 2, 3, boom.
Go.
Hit the like.
Here's the email I just got. I want to read to you real quick.
Yep. Read it verbatim.
I am. Hi. I don't know if I should say the name, though. We're just going to fake a name. Hi. My name is Ken blah, blah, blah. I'm a drug smuggler turned snitch. Nice to meet you virtually. I've combed through your YouTube channel and really like what you're doing. Hold on, homie. Back in the 70s and 80s, I used to run drugs out of Florida with some of the biggest smugglers in the world and have lived the rock star lifestyle, racing cars, flying Lear jets, chasing bitches, and doing drugs. I got busted in 88 after smuggling in 1,400 pounds of weed into America. Then after the second bust in 92, when I was charged with a RICO case, I was looking at 25-year sentence. I was offered a deal and switched sides, working undercover for the DEA, preventing over 14 major drug deals. One of them stopped the deal of 10,000 kilos in cocaine smuggling. I can't do it, homie.
I don't know why. I don't know what's the ask? Like he's getting you on information. Is he trying to be a guest on the show?
Now I'm married with a beautiful wife and 4 kids. My daughter's a doctor, just finished writing a book, and now I'm stepping out to share the story with the world. I think your platform is big enough for me to come out and share my story just because you're a real one and I love what you do and say. I just did an interview recently with Soft White something and also Matt Cox. But please contact me and reach out to me. I would love to give you my story. Undercover Kingpin flips. Anyway.
That man had a RICO case. That's the fans you draw in, JB.
Soft white underbelly apparently is big.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Never heard that person in my life.
Hey,
I
guess it's a show or something.
Go ahead and look up this person. This person might be, worth having on. It's a big name. I got a lot of questions.
I'm not looking it up.
Then why'd you read it then, homie? What we got next, man? You playing around too much, man.
I thought that shit was funny, man. I thought that shit was hilarious.
It was pretty funny to get that type of.
I just it's a morning email to wake up to, and I'm just like, well, shit. I mean,
he gave you every detail of his whole entire life.
Let's do our top 5 list real quick, man. Before we top of the world, bottom of the barrel. You know what we should do a list of soon is the most disappointing teams in the NFL this year. I don't think we've talked about that enough. We need to do that one. Yeah, we need to do that one day.
Might be good for them all, maybe.
Cowboys, Jets, but anyway, let's dive into it. Whoever Bailey pulls up, fuck it.
Coach JB's top college performances from week 12, JB. What you got? Is a good list right here.
Colorado creeped in there because I just thought they put their foot on Utah's neck, even though we're hurt, we're banged up, no QB, all that shit. The bottom line is you came out. I thought Utah even scored more points than that. I thought they would. Colorado put their foot on their neck and put up 49 points. I think that was deserving of getting in the top 5 in a mediocre college football season. Kansas, KU is my lock pick of the week, beating BYU. They got it done. Man, Kansas is playing better right now. They're playing like we all thought they would be playing all year long, and it seems like they're going to give Colorado a battle this weekend. Georgia. After, all the naysayers are out against them, Kirby came out talking about the number 12, being outside the playoff hunt and all that. He's come out. Their team responded. They beat a good defense in Tennessee, maybe the best in college football. and they beat that team, so they are in there. And then Tulane, man, beating Navy 35-0, kind of what Notre Dame did to Navy earlier in the year. Tulane is the real deal as far as a non-Power 5 or 4, whatever you want to call them. Them and Boise are going to fight for that non-Power 4 playoff bid, and it's hard to argue Tulane right now. And then Florida, man. DJ Lagway came in, dropped some dimes, beat LSU. Billy Napier, great story. Everyone has written him off. We wrote him off on the show with Noel Mazzoni and Josh Booty, an LSU guy, and was like, man, this guy's fired. He's a lame duck waiting to happen. Shout out to Billy Napier in Florida, man, for getting it done. That's my top of the world of the college weekend.
Strong list. I like that, JB. I think, man, you share a lot of the same teams on
Arizona State would be my other game on that list, but I just think these teams were more worthy. K-State's kind of been struggling, and that's even more of a reason why I think Colorado is even more mid than you think. Kansas State just is not very good either. So go ahead.
All right, man. So I'm gonna start at number 5, man. I got Clemson at number 5, solely because I think they went out there and it was a close game. Obviously, went back and forth. It literally went down to the wire. I think it was the last, under a minute, last second pick that kind of sealed the game. But they played against a really good Pittsburgh team, who I know have kind of fallen off a little bit the last couple of weeks, but overall still a really good team. And I think that's still a big time win in that environment. So I wanted to put Clemson on that list. Number 4, I got Tulane for similar reasons as what JB just stated. To go out there and get a goose egg, as a former defensive player myself, getting goose eggs only happened a couple times in my career, whether it's high school and or college. But when you do, it's a hell of a feeling when you completely shut down the offense from beginning to end. So to go out there and beat a good Navy team, a team that was ranked for a long time during the season, and go out there and completely dominate, that's a big time win from Tulane. And I know if Sean King was on right now, he would be pretty excited. So got to shout them out. Number 3, of course, Colorado. I just think that, again, my prediction as far as them dominating Utah was right. They went out there completely from beginning to end. Utah made some plays late in the game to make it feel a little closer than what it really was. But if you watch the game, Colorado was in control the entirety of the game. And they continue to just get better week after week after week. So had to put them on the list at number 3. Number 2, Kansas. Ironically, the Colorado Kansas was back-to-back on my list, and obviously they play each other here coming up this week. So that's going to be a true battle because Kansas has been really improved a lot and has been showing some flashes of good to greatness last few weeks. Being a ranked BYU team, defense played very well, hold them to I think only 13 points. Kansas is a serious team, as Steve Kim likes to say. And then number 1, though, I went ahead and went with Georgia, solely because that's an SEC battle. You're going against a top 10 team in Tennessee, and I know they've had their ups and downs, but that's a lot of good talent on that team there. Nico, one of the better young quarterbacks in the game. Dylan Sampson at running back over there. So that's one of those games where it's like it could have went either way. We know Georgia hasn't been perfect this year. They've lost games earlier in the year like this. So to go out here and win, I thought was big for them because of the expectation, the competition. So I went ahead and put them number 1 on my list.
Clemson almost lost to Pittsburgh, so I would agree. I wouldn't have them on my list over
Pittsburgh's
Florida.
a good team, y'all.
What's your reason to have them over Florida? I just want to ask you. Why would you not have Florida beat number 1 defense in football? I mean, why would you not have Florida beating LSU, a big-time opponent?
I don't respect LSU as much as the rest of you fans do. I don't think they're as good as you guys do. I think you guys look at the name LSU.
Clemson
You guys look at them like Joe Burrow's still there, or you got
Clemson almost lost.
I don't look at them the exact same way. Florida probably would have been number 6 on my list, 6 man out, but that was my reason.
They almost lost. Clemson almost lost to Pittsburgh.
But they won.
I know, but they didn't even cover.
Pittsburgh's a good team.
They've lost 2 in a row. I don't know. I don't like your list.
Hold on, and hold on. What's LSU's record?
What?
How many games has LSU lost this year?
I don't know.
Yeah, 3? Like 4, homie. Yeah. Okay.
It's still a better one.
Oh, yeah. All right, so
let's bring it at the bottom of the barrel. Bottom of the barrel, Smitty. Nebraska. You just can't get worse. You look bad. USC's not very good. You look shitty. You fired an OC. You hired a new one. I just don't like it. Wazoo, Smitty. I don't know if you heard. New Mexico could have been on the list, but just they haven't done enough. We had Coach Gio on the show last week with Noel the day before you came back. He coaches the New Mexico QB. He talked about what a performance he had against Wazoo the other day. New Mexico beat Wazoo. Wazoo was a team trying to get in the playoff, sitting there at 8-1. Can't lose to New Mexico. Wazoo. Bad loss this time of the year. BYU. Listen, I picked KU to beat you, and Kalani Sitake is one of my dearest friends in the world. Does a hell of a job there with a bunch of slow whites and polys. With a Jewish QB leading Mormons. But the bottom line is you cannot lose this game at this time of the season, Smitty. You've came this far. Why not finish, right? You can't come this far to lose. BYU's a bad loss. I don't know what happens the rest of this year. LSU, it just continues to get worse for them, in my opinion. Just continues to get worse. You cannot lose to what was a lame duck coach with a quarterback fluctuating every single week. We don't know what we have. Brian Kelly, you have failed there at LSU. And Louisville can't lose to Stanford, homie. Just can't lose. Cannot lose to a 2-8 Stanford team.
Tough.
But listen, Smitty, show me a group of young men who y'all call grown, who deserve the bag, apparently, to all of you, but can't travel across the country and perform like professionals. I want to wait, because apparently you motherfuckers have been saying these guys deserve the money. They're blah, blah, blah. They're grown men. Blah, blah, blah.
What they want to pay you.
They don't, because you can't travel across the country like you're professional and act accordingly and win games. Because please, Bailey, if you can find the record of cats that go travel across the country to play in this wild, wild West-ass division race we call fucking college football. Show me the records. Oregon lost to Ohio State. We see it every single week. Big-time games coming across the country and losing. These kids can't handle it. And Louisville losing to fucking Stanford, Smitty. In Stanford, night game. You're coming across America. You can't do it. Stop calling these motherfuckers professionals. They're kids that you've enabled who are now entitled. That's what I said. Wasn't that game at Oregon? You're not listening to me, or are you just not very smart this morning? You need some what's that shit called? Genoclo or whatever?
What's that?
What's that shit? Jinkobo?
Genoclo.
What?
Genoclo? Is that what you call it?
I don't know. That shit they put in tea?
I don't know what that is. I literally have no idea what you're talking about. Genoclo, I have zero idea what you're talking about.
Wait up. Was Oregon at home or not?
I believe so. I don't know. I think so.
They played at Autzen. I remember watching the game.
Yeah, they did. We watched it together, homie. At the casino, we watched it together.
Yes. Ohio State traveled across the country and lost to Oregon. What the fuck am I wrong about? Holy shit.
You said Oregon lost. I was correcting you on that.
No, I said Ohio State came across the country to Oregon.
I know you was talking fast and you made it. It's okay. It's okay.
I
was correct.
They can't listen. They don't listen.
A little mistake. Said Oregon.
Mike Raven. I didn't say it wrong. You just don't listen. You're not even a member. You're a nobody. Shut the fuck up.
Who said that? Kobe? Kyle?
Nah, someone that's Mike Raven, who's not even a member.
But yeah, I feel you though, man. But at the end of the day, listen. What do you expect these kids to do? If they willing to pay you, then I'm gonna take the money. You would take the money. I would take the money. Bailey would take the money. Everybody in check will take the money. So blame the people who's paying them, but don't blame the kid for accepting the money. You should accept it. But bring my list on here real quick, Bailey. Let's go and
bring on your shitty list. Let me see your shitty list.
Let's go through my shitty list real quick, man. We got some similar teams. Some we have a few different there. Kansas State, put them on the list. I feel like Kansas State has not been the same Kansas State as we saw earlier this year. Bad loss. Can't do that. Put them at number 5 right there on my list. Number 4, we got Utah. I know they got a lot of injuries. I understand we expected Colorado to win, but a lot of people outside of me thought Utah would put up a better fight and didn't think that Colorado would score 49, 50-something points against this team because their defense is still there. and they got completely manhandled the entirety of the game. So I got them number 4. Number 3, we got Navy. Navy, we just talked about it. To not put up any points against in that game, to get completely manhandled, 35-0, unacceptable. Especially when we were all praising Navy a few weeks ago, being undefeated. The 2 military schools undefeated at the same time, them and Army, and Navy's kind of falling off a little bit in the last few weeks. Number 2, LSU. Like I said, I haven't been as high on LSU as you guys, I guess, are. They're not that good. They're a decent team at best. They have the name. They have players on their team that are very good that will go to the next level. But together as a collective, they're just not that good. So, but still, you still can't lose that game against a Florida team that had struggled for a lot of this season. To go out there and lose, like you said, Brian Kelly, I would say this has been a failure for him. And then obviously number 1, BYU. So this bottom list right here, we got a lot of similarities as JB and I. And we get to the nitty gritty right now to figure out.
Hold on, Smitty. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You all right?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
You all right? Right. We get into the nitty gritty right now to figure out like who's gonna be who, what's gonna be what. Last few weeks remaining, and yeah, we shall see, man. We shall see.
Yeah, it's a shitty list.
I apologize.
Carlton Henderson, both shoulders legit, soft white underbelly. Oh, I don't give a fuck. Why are you still talking about the email I read? Jesus Christ. Anyway, how's Mina Kimes been, Smitty? Have you talked to her or seen her? Any posts? Anything you like about her lately?
Never met her before. Don't know her personally. I just respect her being in the media. Someone who's hustled and grinded and found her niche within the TV industry and market. It works for her. She has a strong fan base who likes what she does, and I respect that woman out there taking care of her livelihood, her family, making her money. And I have no beef and no reason to go at someone like that. I don't know her at all. Seems like a really good person. People who I know who's been around her said she's very sweet and kind and respected, and that's what it is. So I have no reason to go at her at all. Shout out to me in the comps. Keep doing your thing. Keep making your money. And everybody's not going to like you. There's people who don't like JB, people who don't like me, people who don't like Stephen A. Smith, people who don't like this, that, and the third. And that's fine. Anytime you have an opinion about something and you have your talent, everyone's not going to like you. That's fine. So you can not like somebody and like what they do or not like their talent or whatever the case may be, and still show a respect level for what they do. So that's where I'm at with it. And, and yeah, shout out to her.
Smitty, was the Tyson fight rigged?
Man, it was the worst fight I've seen. It actually pissed me off watching it. I'm glad I didn't pay for it. I don't know. I just think Mike Tyson's legs just weren't there. His legs were not there. If you watch that entire fight, the outside of first round, the man could not move at all. He came out there with that knee sleeve on and looked like
why are you moving right here?
Maybe there was some sort of like injury in the knee. JB, I know you don't watch boxing a lot or whatever, and you haven't been to many fights and stuff like that, but like it's different fighting on air, punching somebody who's not punching back. You look at it's kind of like a good comparison, like 7-on-7. Going outside, oh, he looks amazing in shorts and the t-shirt. When you go out there and somebody's punching back at you, you can't go out there and do what he just did. You just can't. You put yourself at risk.
But his feet can still move, right?
But he came out there. He said he had an injury with his knee. Maybe that played a role. And again, moving your feet, doing a drill versus actually being out there in the atmosphere, in the fight, you can lose your legs. And it looked like he lost his legs. I would say round 3, it was like a wrap. And like he could barely
I'm watching him though, where he has a clean shot and he pulls back when he could have just it looks like could have ended him. Like yeah. I'm like, and then they're saying like some people that were at the fight were telling me that he was being told like, no you can't uppercut. Like they were watching the trainers in the corner, like you can't uppercut him. Like Tyson's known for he didn't uppercut him one time.
I'm not arguing it.
It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. I'm just asking.
I mean, it didn't feel real. It felt like an exhibition fight. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, even on Jake Paul's side, Jake Paul I thought could have ended Mike. Now I think my only argument is that I think as much shit as Jake Paul talks, and I know he's a little bit of annoying when it comes to like his marketing ability. I think deep down inside, I think he probably is a good dude, and he's looking like this dude 58 years old. I'm not about to go out here and like really like like knock him out. Like that's not a good look as a 20-something-year-old to go knock out an old man in Mike Tyson. So I think, he kind of was like, let's just get to the end of the fight. I'm going to win. At the end, he did his little respect thing, and he moved on. But Mike did not look good. Again, it doesn't change nothing on his legacy. It's like he's 58 years old. Like the fact that he's able to go out there and last 8 rounds, I don't know any 60-year-old right now who can go last 8 rounds in general.
Here's the thing about it. It don't hurt his legacy. It hurts Paul's, though.
Yeah, it does. Because, I'm glad you brought that up, JB. Because I was talking to somebody and I was saying, like, I don't know how he can sell his next fight. Because, all right, now, like, we've seen it now too much. Like, we've seen it. Like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, you know the rest. So I just think
he's got to get a real fighter.
Yeah, he has to. Like, that's the only way for us to really watch it. Because then everybody's going to watch it because they want to see him get beat up now. If he goes against a real legit fighter, you know what I'm saying? If he doesn't, if he goes against an older guy or MMA guy in the boxing ring, no one's going to watch it. It's just not going to happen this time. So I think he has to find his next little thing. He called up Conor McGregor. He wants to fight Conor McGregor in the MMA ring, though.
He's calling everything out.
His caveat is he said,
"You know who he should fight? You know who he should fight? He should fight your boy that called the fight.
Roy Jones?
No, the other one. Floyd.
No, I know. Like my life. The heavy. Man, hold on.
Andre Ward.
Yeah, but Andre Ward ain't fighting. I don't think no more.
But Andre Ward beat his ass.
Yeah, bad. Yeah, he beat him bad. I just don't think Andre's fighting no more. Andre retired.
I just want to know what the fuck Cedric the Entertainer and Rosie Perez were calling the fight for.
Well, Rosie Perez, is a big-time boxing fan from New York, loves Mike Tyson. It was more of like a selling ticket situation. Cedric the Entertainer, I have no idea. But shout out to Ced, though. Like, no, I'm just I'm a Cedric the Entertainer fan on the comedy side. I watch the shows. He got the show out called The Neighborhoods, a cool little family show, whatever. I don't know why he was calling the fight. I have no idea.
That's Dana. That's Dana and then best friend.
Yeah, I know. You told me that. He spoke at that foundation, I think, this last time. Like
every time.
Saturday, yeah.
They're best friends.
Where's he from? Is he from Texas? Or he from like?
They went to high school together here.
I'll say it from out here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know. That felt like a random pick, but hey, get your money. Look, one thing about me that you're gonna learn, if you haven't learned, I'm about getting your money. So they're gonna pay me to go talk. If they want to pay me to talk about tennis right now, and the money makes sense, here we are, man. Out here with Coco Golf.
I'm surprised that Rosie Perez was the worst analyst I've ever heard speak in a fight. But I'm surprised that they didn't have.
Of course, you're gonna say that. Any women you're gonna go against, of course.
I mean, I just don't think she should.
A woman should talk boxing. Yeah, of course. The fight of the night.
I don't know, Dave, if you have a picture of Cedric Entertainer, though, but Cedric, seriously, he looked like a fucking Nigerian Ponzi schemer, homie.
You saw that on Twitter, homie. I can't let you have that one. That was a good one. You saw it on Twitter, though, homie. You saw that joke, too.
Saw what?
That joke.
What joke?
I
didn't see that joke. I swear to God, I didn't see that joke, homie.
I know your algorithm, homie.
Show it to me.
I know your algorithm, homie. Everybody go to Google this go to Twitter and just type it in. You'll see it everywhere.
A Nigerian Ponzi schemer?
Yep, exact words.
I want to see it. Show me.
Well, I'm doing the show live, so I can't type and go search on it. Maybe you can find it.
You got your thing there.
But nah, his outfit was kind of it was sparkly and shiny. He had the hat on, like he thought he was clean though. I couldn't rock that. That don't go for me. You know what I mean? Maybe it worked for him.
Let's dive into a real couple NFL takes. The 49ers are a fraud because they're led by a fraud.
Who, Brock Purdy?
No, Kyle Shanahan. But what do I know? Now, let me ask something. Have I been the only one that's been calling out Kyle Shanahan on this period out in the world?
Yes, you are. Literally. The only one for a reason. Because you're wrong. So that's why you're the only one.
How am I wrong? Show me how I'm wrong. Now you're gonna be crazy because I'm like everything's actually proving that I'm right. So I want to know.
The only thing that Kyle Shanahan has not done yet, the one blemish, He has not got over the hump of the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. He's been a play away multiple years. He's done everything else. He's won the division multiple times. He's won double-digit wins. He's put together amazing rosters. He's had top offenses every year, top 5, top 10 ranked offenses.
You know
NFC championships. That's literally he's done everything.
You know who does that?
Who?
Doug Peterson also has double-digit wins in fucking Jacksonville, but guess what? He has a Super Bowl. And guess what? He's about to get fired. He's about to get fired. He's about to get fired. You know why? Because Kyle Shanahan has had a loaded roster after loaded roster everywhere he's ever been, and he's failed every single time. And he is the worst last in-game adjusting coach in National Football League. He's the worst when it comes down to the crunch time, games time, nut crunch, situational football. He is the worst right there with Brandon Staley and a lot of these other ones.
Don't put on the same category, no Brandon Staley. Stop.
It's a fact.
That's what I'm talking about. Like,
it's a fact.
You have to go too far, though.
Why is it too far? Tell me why it's too far, homie.
Don't put greats in the same category as below average. Don't do that. Don't even do that, though.
Hold on, though. What's he done, homie?
Like, for example,
what's he done?
I'm sure I could find a stat of an average NBA player that's comparable to like something that Kobe did, right? I'm sure I can find. If I nitpick away, I can find something. But I would never even put them in the same breath because like they haven't even earned what I've done. Say what you want about Kyle Shanahan. Has he fell short in the Super Bowl? Yes, that's a fair criticism. But he's in the Super Bowl, homie.
It's more than the Super Bowl.
Like, he's there.
You don't get it. It's more than that. The guy is failing the most loaded roster in the NFL for 5 straight consecutive years. Like, please make it make sense. So a guy that's average as shit beats him twice.
Who?
Patrick Mahomes. And then what?
So the best quarterback in the world and the best coach in the world combined beat you last minute. Overtime happened a year ago, whatever. The first time was so the best quarterback coach in the world beat you, and now you're the worst fucking coach in the world now. Come on, homie.
Who beat him? Brady?
Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes.
But who's the best quarterback in the world?
As of now, it's Patrick. Overall, it's Patrick Mahomes. Overall, not this season. I'm saying overall. In this current era, Brady's gone, Peyton Manning's gone, all those guys are gone. Patrick Mahomes, universally, we know, is the best quarterback in the league until somebody shows us something different. And you said, and a lot of people say Andy Reid's the best coach in the league. Belichick's not coaching right now. Pete Carroll ain't coaching. So I'm saying you lost against that guy.
Yeah, let me finish. So
please finish.
The best coach in football and the most average quarterback in football beat you twice. And you still have yet to get a roster that's more loaded than any other team in the NFL to win a Super Bowl. And you are now showing your age. This NFL roster in Frisco this year is showing you and just absolutely exploiting what Kyle Shanahan has been for the last, I don't know how many years. It's just now coming out. And you know who's agreed? We used to fight every day. Chase Sr., who covers the team, said, JB, you've been calling this shit. I want to let you know you fucking absolutely right. Chase Sr., shout out to you. Listen, bottom line is this team is now being exposed as to what they've always been. They were just younger.
Injuries.
They're old now.
Injuries.
They're old. They're
Injuries.
old. But this is what I'm saying. They're old, Smitty. This is what happens. You know why? Sean McVay is light years ahead of him because he did the same thing with an older roster, gutted it, got younger, wanted to get a Super Bowl quarterback, win it all, and said, fuck it. And he went to 2 and won 1. Kyle Shanahan at least has to win one, dog. You did this. You had the same opportunity.
That's it, though. That's it.
Kyle, you had the same opportunity, Kyle. You had the same opportunity.
So hold on. Talk about.
Yeah, same opportunity.
So if he gets over the hump one time, your whole narrative behind him changes.
No, not now.
Like, no, because what I'm saying is, like, I understand the importance of Super Bowls. Like, at the end of the day, that's what we care about.
It's not just that, man.
But we can't, like, go blind and go turn a deaf ear to everything else that led to that point. It's like you don't care at all about regular season wins, playoff wins, NFC championships, getting there. Like, you don't care about none of the road. The road travel doesn't matter to you at all. I don't understand.
Maybe I just listen to guys and I hear them and then I know what they say.
Yeah,
and like to be honest, McVay has never once blamed someone else other than himself, which you have to respect as a coach. I've never once blamed someone else other than myself when we went 2-8 or we got beat by 40 to start the season on Netflix. Who'd I blame? Myself. I said, it's my fucking job. I'm just one sitting in the chair.
You blame me for this show. You say we lost credibility because of me. You say that the views go down. You said when I left the show for that week, you said the views went up. So you're basically in essence saying I'm the reason that the views go down. Like you blame me multiple times.
No, but I also take blame, right? Because it goes Coach JB show with Big Smitty, so I have to take blame. I take blame too. So I just want to be clear here. Shanahan has been a complete failure with the most loaded roster. This is like saying, like, I don't know, like Michael Jordan, if he had the same finals record as LeBron, it wouldn't even be close conversation. You're all keeping LeBron in the conversation with the GOAT for multiple reasons when, let's be honest, he's had roster after roster after roster after situation after dream team, and has still lost more finals than anybody, either Kobe, Jordan, or anyone else. And this is the same thing. Kyle Shanahan has had the same loaded roster and is yet to fucking get it done. I'm just being honest. And that team now has failed because they are older. They have gotten worse because of more injuries, and they have missed the window. And I've been telling you guys this about Kyle Shanahan for fucking I don't know how long. Brock Purdy's a bus rider, not a bus driver, and it is what it is. And now you don't have a guy that held out, that you had to pay, that wanted traded. He gets hurt because overpaid underdeliverers saturate the 49ers, saturate the NFL currently, and this is what I believe is true. I think the 49ers are at the precipice of blowing this thing up because I don't even know if they're a playoff team, Smitty. Do you? They play Arizona. I think they play Arizona.
Arizona. Well, you know what?
I
I'm
think
gonna say yeah, because
Arizona's
6-4, and the rest of the division is tied at 5-5. I still believe the Niners will find a way to sneak in and make the playoffs.
Well, we got a guy that knows little something about the 49ers.
We do.
A little bit about the Rams, a little bit about some things, because it is EW Monday. Super Bowl champ Eric Weddle joins us right now.
Yeah. I'm in my mode, ready to transform you into I hate a storm, Hail Marys, I make it pour. Good, I ain't lying, you little giants, we been defiant. Right. What's the cost to be the boss? Breaking down the walls, we all in once the coin gets tossed. Got the kind of action, never acting, no need to scramble to get traction. We make it happen. From 3-4s to 4-3s, we get it cracking.
E-Dub Monday.
Yeah.
E-Dub Monday.
Okay, I see the Chargers. Hey, y'all look good second half. You had me nervous, but y'all finished the game. That's all that matters. How you doing, Weddle?
Doing great. I like well, baby.
Yes,
Hey, great football season. You guys played a juggernaut out here in California. Carlsbad got the better half of you guys. You guys played well, made second round. Great season, ranked all year. Your son's growing as a freshman. What's your final thoughts on your season, and what are you looking forward to build this program up over here at Rancho Bernardo?
Yeah, just couldn't be more proud of the boys. I've asked a lot of them since January of improving on the field, physically, mentally, being tougher, blocking and tackling better. So we worked hard, and it showed up in that game. The reality is the ball didn't bounce our way. Could have been tied at half, 14-14, but it was 14-0, and you give up a kick return out the gate. It's tough to come back on the road against a top-notch team and program like Carlsbad. So tip your hat to them. That's what we're trying to get to, that the type of success they've had over the last 5 years, and excited for the future, excited what we're building, going from 6-6 last year, semis in D2 to 9-3, losing in the quarters in D1. We are improving, and it's because of the boys. It'll always be about the players and just trying to be better for them. You know, you look at yourself first as the head coach and how you can be better for them moving forward. How can we be more efficient in all three phases and make it a better season moving forward?
Love it.
No doubt. Go ahead, Smitty.
Yeah, I want to start. I mean, I know we got a lot to discuss. I mean, let's start off with on the NFL side first. Let's do that first, man. Last night it was an impressive Sunday night football game with your Chargers and the Bengals, man. It was really like the tale of two halves almost, right? First half, Chargers just dominated every area of the game, and then the second half, Burrow, the Bengals, that defense stepped up and made it a good game, man. Tied it up, went down to the wire, but ultimately, obviously, the Chargers went down there and won the game, man. The Chargers, to me, are a legit team. They're out there having fun. I feel like they play together under Harbaugh, but what's your, evaluation of the Chargers and how they're looking this season? I feel like they're kind of under the radar a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, everyone wants to point out the fact that they haven't played this many good QBs and these offenses and this and that. The reality is this is the NFL. Yep. And the proof's in the pudding. And for a half, they were dominating that game. And then Burrow woke up, started making some plays like you would expect them to do. Their season's on the line. Their season's done with that loss. So they knew what was at stake. This was a must-win. They were going to bring everything that they could. And for the Chargers, this is a culture-building psyche that's changing at every moment type win. They would lose those games over the last decade. They would have lost that game. And
wait, what? Oh, hey, they went from a 41% playoff possibility to a 9%, according to Mina Kime. She just dropped by and told me that the stats. It was 41. They were 41, and now it's dropped to 9, according to Mina's EPA.
Good thing we don't listen to any.
Don't fall into that well. Keep going. Keep cooking. Keep cooking.
No, I'm with JB on this one. So you don't want to get me in on people that talking about sports or just talking heads that have no clue what they're talking about. So don't get me started on that.
E-Dub, let me ask you something real quick. I go back and forth because I've been on Kyle Shanahan. We know he's a great X's and O's guy. Comes from a great father. That is a great football guy. I've golfed with Mike Shanahan. I understand the football lineage here, but I know you're going to approach it more professional than I am. But I call him an overpaid underachiever. I just think that he's missed his window. I think he's missed his window for a few years. I think Lynch did a hell of a job creating this unbelievable roster that has failed. I give so much more credit to a guy like Sean McVay, who actually said, all right, this is the time to cut bait. We're going to go get a guy that wins the Super Bowl. Are we going to hit a few, down years? Yeah, but we got that ring, and that's what it's about. He went to another one and could have beat the Patriots, didn't get it done, got rid of Goff, boom, they win it with you. The Niners have had those same opportunities, have they not? And to me, that's the difference. I don't think they have a bus driving quarterback. I think he's a bus rider. That's just my opinion. But I don't know if they've missed their window. I think they're now showing you what Kyle Shanahan is. This team has now gotten older. They're more injury prone than ever, just like the Rams have shown, and other teams do in the NFL. But this is a roster that I don't believe can recover from it. You got a holdout guy in Brandon Ayuk that missed all this time, and then he holds out. You could have traded him, and then he gets hurt and doesn't even play for you, really. You got a guy in CMC who's really, we don't know, towards the end of his deal, greatest, unbelievable back, but I mean, is he really healthy? And then you got a quarterback who didn't even have Kittles the other day, who's also hurt a lot. I don't know if this roster can sustain, and I don't even know if they're a playoff team this year. I think Kyle Shanahan has failed in multiple opportunities to win a Super Bowl. I don't think he'll ever win one. And I think he's very, very overrated when it comes to the top echelon of coaches in this league.
That was a lot.
Right?
So I'll go quick so we can go on to something else. Niners, I don't really care about the Niners. So the reality is when you base it off Super Bowl and chances of winning Super Bowls, he has come up short with in-game adjustments, with situational football, time management. That has shown. Now, to say on the flip side, he's not a complete – I wouldn't say he's a failure as a coach. He is a top-notch coach of winning football games, putting yourself in position to get in the playoffs year in and year out with a loaded roster. I'm not going to deny that. He has done has had success with below, average. I don't want to say below average, but average QBs, which says a lot to his system and the way he coaches. But also on the flip side, a perfect example yesterday in that game where they don't. How do I put it? JB will better explain this. They have hot routes off every concept. Okay, so to put that in perspective, with a quarterback that can audible and check to a new play and re-ID the front to pick up the blitz, they don't do that. They set the protection. They always have a hot route off of the play. So as a defense, you can predetermine who you want the hot route to be and then go make that tackle. So in a situation where it's 3rd and 10, Brock Purdy goes, dang, I can't audible because that's not the way our system is. I just got to go off the hot read. The hot read is this little lookie. I throw it, tackle, boom, it's 4th down. Where the top guys or the systems, you check out of that. You're checking to a new play. That's why you study all week. When I was with Phil for 9 years, we would talk about Thursday night after 3rd down red zone period. We'd be sitting in the sauna together, and I'd be like, all right, who we going after? What's the looks? And he would go into this whole 5 minutes. When I get the shade and the ball's on the left hash and I see inside leverage from the nickel, I know they're bringing field pressure. So right there, I'm checking the scissors, or I'm checking the 4-beater, or I'm checking to Flutie. Like, that's what they would do. And that's what the system plus the coach plus the great ones would do. Now, I've always said this. I think Purdy's I think he's a really good quarterback. I just don't think he can lead. He can carry a team. And there's maybe 5 that can. So that's not a knock.
Right.
It's just the reality of what it is. When one of those guys are out on offense, he struggles. And that's just the way the game is sometimes.
Hey, Bailey, share the screen real quick. And this is a perfect example. Shout out to DV Sport for giving us this great, unbelievable film. This is the Brock Purdy that Weddle's talking about against the Chiefs. And right here, Weddle, if I'm a QB, my alert's going off. Ding, 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 ding. I got a strong safety invert down, covering up number 32. To me, 32 can be a possible blitzer, right? So that means I'm locked up. This guy has number 2. And look at the creep by this guy. He's got number 3. And now we're creeping over to the field. We're going to banjo and lock this up over here. And I'm trying to figure out if he doesn't see a hot, to your point, then he gets stuck when this is a fake hot and drops into coverage, and we bail out of here. Now he's stuck and not replacing the hot because these quarterbacks are so trained to just get it out of their hand, dink and dunk, instead of, okay, pre-snaps this and post-snap changed. I don't think these guys are understanding. Look, I think he's sitting here saying, okay, now coverage is changing. There's no hot here. So now look at how he struggles to go through the progression. I don't understand. I mean, this is just simple check it down at this point. If they're going to play coverage and bail out into quarters or whatever, just check it down right here and just live.
Yeah, I mean, it's so simple, and I deal this. I deal with our quarterbacks and my son. It's pre-snap, post-snap reads, and what are you alerting yourself? Is it single high or is it 2 shell? What is my progression in the route concept from there? Then post-snap, it may change. You got to speed up your processing. In a Tampa 2, it's over the ball or it's the Indy route coming back into your window. It's the hook window's covered for Viking or dagger or whatever call this concept. So it's right now. And the top guys, now this is only 3rd year starting. But it's processing, it's reps, it's either see it, know it, and go.
You just said we're in too high. He's creeping a little bit, but this is what it is. We're in too high. And right now, this can be a possible blitzer. We're seeing him run down. We could see that this is going to go to a man-free look or a 0 look. So he recognizes, okay, I got 6 to protect, especially if Kittle stays in. So I'm good protection-wise. So he goes through his progression, but he sees coverage. So
his eyes should have seen those guys drop out in that hook window, and he should have dropped it off to Kittle on that return route. And then Kittle probably would have made that guy miss because he's the monster. So I don't know what he's being coached. Those are the things that us, as when we're talking about it and seeing it, like I just go off my experience of how I play defense and what are those rules, and now coaching offense, how I would attack that and how I teach the quarterbacks now. But we don't know. So I don't know what he's being told. He may be told, something completely different. And then if that's the case, then that's their prerogative. And we're just kind of talking heads. But we have our experiences and what we think is right. And, I wouldn't say all the time, but we kind of know where the ball needs to be going, especially Coach JB. Like, right. He knows ball. So when we see plays like that, you're just kind of, you shake your head like, why does that even happen at that level? High school, I would expect something like that, but that level, the ball should have been out.
Yeah. I don't get it.
Let me ask you before we. I know you don't like talking Niners, so one more question, then we'll move on.
No, it's not.
I know I'm messing with you.
Just messing.
Do you think though? And I hate talking about people's money, but if the Niners miss the playoffs this year, does Brock Purdy still get top dollar next year in the offseason? It's a wrap.
Well, you can't. We just talked about it, right, Dale? We can't because you have issues right now on this roster. If you pay,
they paid Ayuk when we've all said that they should have traded him. That's what we all said. When you draft the kid in the second round, you already said what you wanted to do with him. For some reason, now you re-signed him for a lot of money, and I think they re-signed the tackle. So I said I'm willing to pay him like $40 million. That would be my number. I think that's the type of quarterback he is. I'm not paying him over that. Now, if he wants to stay within the system and be coached up and be a part of this thing, then great, I'm with it. If he wants more than that, which he rightfully wants and asks and deserves, you're going to have to hit the road and good luck. And then we'll just start from scratch. So I don't see. I'm with JB. I think the window is closing. It has closed. You can't pay all these top guys at the position and not see the ramifications a few years down the line. And that's where they're hitting it right now. And if they pay Purdy a lot of money, then all those good players, top-notch players, are going to have to leave. You're going to have to cut them.
And that's another reason. That's why I just don't know, man. I mean, Lynch did a hell of a job there, but I mean, I know we're talking the Niners, but I don't understand how they haven't missed a window. I think it's came and gone, man. And unfortunately, this is the Niner team that hasn't won a Super Bowl, and to be honest, since 30 years. So I don't know. We're gonna see. What do you thought about your Rams yesterday? This is why I think Stafford's better than Mahomes all day long. He had 2 wideouts over 100, both multiple touchdowns. Both were injured, to be honest. He makes wideouts better. He did it his whole career in Detroit with a bad organization. And then we compare him to Mahomes, who's on a great organization and has been, to me, average. But where are you at with Stafford's performance yesterday and going against a pretty decent defense in New England on the road? Pretty good win after losing to Miami at home last week.
Yeah, that was a
bad loss.
A bad, embarrassing loss. In my opinion, the way they were playing, what's at stake, and they needed to come out, play well, and put their best foot forward. So, man, I just – if anyone watches that game, if anyone saw that touchdown off the play action or high corner to that tight end, how difficult and how incredible accurate that throw is. I don't even know if there's another quarterback that could have made that throw in that situation because of the touch, the athleticism. Maybe a couple guys you could throw out there, but holy smokes, to some of the throws that he made. And to ask that at this point in his career to carry them to make those type of throws, that's what he's going to have to do. The defense is coming along. Those young bucks up front.
Yeah, Verse looking good. Yeah.
Fitz had a couple sacks, forced fumble. I worry a little bit about their secondary against top-notch teams, but they have as good as chance to win this division, and I would put my money on them because of the quarterback and because of the coach. But it's a coin toss. I mean, look at the Seahawks in Frisco. The way Geno Smith played in that second half, like you got to tip your hat to that man, and willing that team back with his legs and scoring like this. Like this is a huge. And, I love Mike McDonald over there coaching them up. So it's going to be exciting last second half of the season with this division. But I am happy. I was really, really disappointed in the way we played, like I'm still on the team.
Yeah. Hey, you got a ring with him. Shoot, that's you.
Yeah, I just don't understand, and I might just be so out of date, I guess, and I'm the old man on the porch yelling, but I understand man coverage, and I understand that we're just going to lock our wideout down, but isn't there some FBI involved, football intelligence for some folks out there that don't know what FBI means in the football world? Isn't there some FBI needed here with this DB right here? Has no fucking clue what's behind them and what's coming, and you're in the red zone and you're in the goal line, and you're just kind of – doesn't the quarterback – isn't he also being taught, okay, they turn their back, it's man, just fucking run. Nobody has me. There's no Mike Pillar. There's no spy on Geno Smith. And he walks in right here. Look at this DB, has no idea what's happening. And I'm just like, wait up. Let's box him out here a little bit and not have to really just follow him around. Like, he's so late, it's not even close. I don't know.
I mean, on the flip side, in the red zone.
Break it down to the DB. Yeah.
In the red zone, we play a lot of man. A lot of combo coverage, a lot of cut calls.
Yeah, I was up.
And so when that guy progresses into the goal line or the end zone, we're taught to be in between the quarterback, us, and then the player. So they have to throw it over the top of us so we gain the back line, which is an extra defender. Then we're taught to basketball turn him or man turn because, those little return routes, those dig and returns that you guys see the DB gets lost because he turns his head thinking the ball's coming, and then now the receiver went away. So at the end of the day, if you're going to play man, you better get home with your 4. And then one of those hole players or cut players, if you don't have a cut player like whoever that linebacker is that let his guy go, he becomes 55 or 56. Once that guy goes to the shallow, he's probably getting picked up by another defender. You become the eyes on the QB. So it's that's not on the DB.
And then me though, like with my defensive line lenses, look at the right defensive end gets completely thrown inside and allows that lane for Jared Goff to even, or not Jared Goff, excuse me, for Geno Smith to even run. For me, I'm thinking rush lanes. You have a dual threat quarterback, guy who can run in a situation. Stay in your rush lane. There's no reason at all a defensive end should be getting thrown into the B gap to even allow that lane to be open. If he stays just outside the C gap, contained, Geno doesn't even have the opportunity to make that run. So there are different areas that we can point at, you know what I'm saying? But with my D-line goggles, I'm blaming the DN on that play.
Here's it. I don't think they went into the game thinking Geno's going to beat us with his feet because he's not a dual threat per se guy. He can ad-lib and beat you with his feet. Here's my reason, though. I want to know, E-Dub, where the mic is. So we're in man and 0 down here, as we probably should be. It's goal line or red zone, low red zone, late in the game. There should be a Mike taking it back one way, and there should be a Mike or a Will, whoever, on the queue, right? And a rerouter. So I'm sure Warner's going to pass him to the Will that's sitting over there, who also has the back or some sort of belting the crosser, right, if they're going to run a rub route concept. But somebody has to have the back out one way if they're in true 0, and one has to have the queue, right, unless they're fire zoning this and filling the D in. But who goes B gap? I'm trying to figure out. They're losing somebody here. It doesn't look sound, and I know we don't have the full clip yet. We'll get the film here for next week. But I'm looking at it like somebody's missing there because when Warner crossed, as you pointed, Warner crosses the crosser, and then he has to redirect and go out there. Seems to me that if somebody already should have been there for the crosser, and Warner should have stayed right there. But I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. See the full clip, and what are they being taught? Like we had calls that as a safety, my eyes were on the opposite side of the field looking for any crosser. And the other safety was doing the same thing across to my side. So ball snapped, I'm looking this way. And I played the nickel and dime before. So as soon as I was that guy, as soon as my guy goes in, I'm letting him go and get my eyes back on QB looking to rob the other side. So there's different ways to handle it. Now you're talking stacks and bunches. What are your rules? Are you haloing to 3? Are you in and out 1 and 2? Are you pressing the point, locking 1 and 2? Are you in and out 1 and 2 with, there's not millions. There's a half dozen ways to cover those things because each week you're getting schemed up off what your rules are. The offenses are going into red zone, right? These are our 3 plays to attack. How they going to cover bunch? So you want to mix and match your rules week to week so they're not dialing you up for touchdowns down there. The games come down to third down and red zone. That's where the whole emphasis is. I mean, we spend more time on third down and red zone than we do at any other first and second down, midfield, shot plays, all this other crap. That gets glossed over for a third down and red zone, because that's what comes down to winning and losing at the NFL.
Yes, it does. Real quick, I got to ask you this to another one of your squads, man. I'm a bandwagon fan, the Baltimore Ravens.
Gosh, what a horrible loss.
Horrible loss against the Steelers. Lamar, I think, is 1-4, if I'm not mistaken, against the Steelers and Mike Tomlin. It's just kind of weird. Feels like they just have their number. Defense actually played well. I mean, they didn't score a touchdown all game. It's all field goals. Justin Tucker, a guy, I know he's a legend. He has been struggling a little bit this season. Missed 2 kicks, I think, early in that game. But what was your just evaluation of just what went wrong for the Ravens?
Gosh, there's so much to
unpack. I know.
Pittsburgh and Baltimore are always going to be, regardless of the teams, they're always going to play tough, right? Yep. It's just that unique rivalry within the NFL that very seldom is seen at this level anymore. And just the competitiveness, 2 great coaches, amazing organizations. I just felt like the opportunities were there, and when you have a couple drops, when you have some mishaps on offense, Pittsburgh knows how to play Lamar, and that's just what it comes down to, keeping them in the pocket. They really, you talk about cage rush, like really balancing the rush out. They do an unbelievable job of keeping it in pocket, and they have guys that can run and match. Like, they play really sticky on the back end. So I don't know. It's unfortunate. The turnovers and the missed field goals. It was such a big game on the road. I think, honestly, I think they're going to be fine, but it's a huge win for the division race and for the potential number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, I'm actually going out there when the Pittsburgh plays at Baltimore Saturday night game. So, they're bringing me out. Come out with the fire.
Okay.
It's going to be pretty sick. First time back since I retired. So I'm excited for that. Excited to support the guys and the team. But I know they're bumming because that's a rivalry game and a division game. And now they're 2 games back. So, they have some ground to make up.
Hey, Pat Queen was going to be on the show this morning. He'll probably hop on tomorrow.
Had a heck of a game.
I recruited him. Yeah, he's a great kid too. He's a hell of a dude. He was fired up. He's going at Bart Scott today on social media, fucking around with him. But I gotta get to your Utah Utes. They're banged up as we know. They're not playing well. Colorado, Matt and Bailey's gonna think Colorado are their fucking national champs now. So they do a banged up Utah team. Where's Utah headed going forward, and where is Whittingham headed as far as future?
Well, I just want to say this. I was pretty proud, and I went on Matt's show last week. He wanted me to come out, preview the game and whatnot. And I said they'd keep it close, and then eventually Colorado would pull away in the second half. But I was proud of the way our defense played. If you really watch that game in the first half, Shedeur did not play well. He threw a jump ball for his first touchdown, 50 yards. And
offsides on Utah.
Yeah, like up until right before half, he was like 90 yards passing, and 1 completion was 50-yard jump ball. So I thought, the first pick out the game, I thought we presented a lot of problems. I thought he struggled. You would expect that from a top defense. And then, over time when your offense does nothing, you can only play that way for so long. And then the wheels came off. Then a punt return for a touchdown. And then, then Shedeur started getting it going. And you got those, top flight receivers. So they're as advertised. I think if we had a capable offense, I think we either keep it close or we win the game, because our defense isn't on the field all game. And we did stress them at times in the first half. The second half, it kind of got out of hand. But, where do they go from here? They're 4-6. They got Iowa State at home, which they're ranked.
Is Witt coming back, or do you not know, or do you just
I don't know. I don't know. Would he want to go out like this? Obviously not. Is he tired and ready? Oh, I know. Look at that old man stat right here.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. I see you. I see you.
Yeah. I did a little video.
E-Dub back in the day.
Okay, E-Dub. Okay. We've seen Travis Hunter before, huh? Okay.
Yeah. Not like him, but you know.
Similar, yeah.
I was just E-Dub. No, I wouldn't even say I was Travis Hunter. That's
yeah, I know. Yeah, you E-Dub.
Let's see if he has the career that I had in the NFL. That'll be up to debate. So
yeah.
No doubt. Hey,
I don't know. I hope. I really don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what he's gonna do, wants to do. But if change is needed, they'll do it. If not, they want to go one more year, and he says this is his last year to keep everything going and keep everyone happy. Then yeah. But I know Coach Scalley's ready, so we'll see what happens.
He came out of the game and said that this was the best team that you guys have played all year. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I would say so. They just played BYU. I don't think BYU's is as good. I don't think they're as talented as Colorado. I don't think they're on. They'll keep it close because they're a good team. But
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, Colorado's right there, man. To win the Big 12, who would have thought? And then to maybe host a playoff game.
Ooh, we might have to pull up though and do a live show there.
Yeah, I'm not going, but I'll be on the show.
You can pull up with
I'm good on that.
I don't know, you know what I mean?
Hey, Edub, I don't know if you've seen this. You might know Coach Hawk, a good friend of mine as well. I wanted to show this video. If I get flagged, I'll delete it later. But Montana State, the Grizz,
I loved it. I saw it. Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, have you seen this?
People like I've done this exact situation with my son. I've done it exactly to other players because nobody knows the hours and time that goes into what you're coaching them to do. And again, it's not as if we're degrading the kid. It's not nothing personal. It's like, hey, we went over this 6 freaking times in meetings, and we went over it and repped it in practice, and then you don't execute it in the biggest moments. That can't happen, right? And then on the flip side, the player's like, well, I saw this, and you know what, and then he gets pissed off. That's coaching. That's loving him up, right? And then after the moment, 2 minutes later, he's hugging him up and saying, hey, man, we're in this together.
And then I think they had a presser. I think they did a presser together. Bailey showed a presser real quick. I think they get up on the presser together and on the table and the podium, and it was all good, like right here.
Yeah,
take a look.
and
something to me about I'm fired up just like you, coach, and that kind of made it all right for me. So that's how it goes sometimes. You don't care.
Real simple. That's how it goes sometimes. It's really that simple.
JB, are people online like going crazy about this or something?
Of course. Come on. Probably Brandon Walker and these fucking Barstool idiots. Yeah, of course. These guys never played. They never played in coach. They never played or coach. So
they have nothing though.
Like Mina Kimes, Smitty, that's your Mina Kimes though. She never played or coach, but we're listening to her give you information as if, this is coach should never put her hands on a player. Like, shut up.
This is episode 56 in a row that you have mentioned Mina Kimes at least once. I'm counting right now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep counting.
No, I think, and just that's what people don't get is when you have guys that really care, coaches and players, and you're really driven and you're trying your best. It does get contentious sometimes. Like it gets animated, but it's never personal. That's why I try to tell my boys. That's what I try to tell, when I was, coaches to me, it's never personal, man. We're just trying to get a job done. Right. And if you check your emotions at the door when you walk in the meeting room, check them at the stadium before you walk in. Like there are no emotions in this game in the sense that it's personal. Like I'm trying to attack you. Like, I don't want you to do good. Like how
not personal.
That makes sense.
Not personal, Right. Never personal.
No.
It's all business. It's all business.
Like if you don't play well, then I get fired.
And that's what I don't get. These talking heads out here who have no clue about it. There's Brandon Walkers and these Mina Kimes. They don't understand the fact that you want to be called grown men now. You get a bag of money now. You're getting paid now. You're sitting here saying, don't call me that. I'm grown. No, then you can take an ass ripping then as a grown man. Like that's the problem I don't understand. These guys out here that are just talking in the chat don't understand. If you're going to be professionals, then own it and say, all right, you know what? I'm wrong, coach. And you should probably take about 10 grand out of my bag. Because if we really want to be brass tacks, that's what you should be doing. Let's results-oriented.
Well,
business.
they don't do that in the NFL. They don't take money out. If Widow has a bad night, they don't be like, all right, give me more of your money now.
That's not the point, Smitty.
That'd be wild. Wouldn't that be crazy?
Went over your head again.
Well, I mean, it goes back to the Brian Kelly example last week. I think you guys covered it, but you know, would I be, you know, I don't get all wrapped up and get all butthurt when a coach gets loud or uses language, you know, that adults say. Like, I don't coach that way. So but I get very, very intense, right? So do I see anything wrong with it? No, he's talking real right now. And don't walk away from me when I'm talking to you, right? Or don't turn, like, just listen to me. I'm trying to explain something.
Yeah, be coachable. Fuck. I mean,
that's all it is.
It's simple.
In turn, we're trying to teach these kids, young men, how the real world's going to work. You can't just, when some things go wrong, you can't just walk away. You can't just not accept responsibility for your actions, right? You know, that's what we're trying to ultimately teach them, that, hey, handle this adversity, handle this tough conversation I'm having with you right now, and let's grow from it. Let's learn from it and be better. Don't just like, woe is me, or close yourself off. Like, that's not real world. That's not real life. You have to have tough conversations. You have to learn and be better. And that's coaches too. Like, I'm not one-sided in this, but so oftentimes players or kids don't want to have the tough conversation because they'd rather deflect and deny it. And that's just, it's not reality.
E-Dub, this is all tied in together to me. To me, it's all tied in. Before you get out of here, like this happens. We don't want coaches yelling. A coach shouldn't touch a kid. But when there's a relationship, guess what? Coaches touch kids. Whether it's a let's go, whether it's a you guys all think it's so personal because you out here on your couches are betting on draft.
Bet online.
No, yeah, they're
Bet us, man. I'm sorry. Bet
be on Bet US.
Bet US. Okay, my bad.
Hey, so, but we like criticize these coaches for talking to them because they're yelling at them and all this. And then to me, it's a direct correlation of what happened in Seattle and Bailey. Show it. The starting center there, Weddle, retired.
I don't know what happened. Just
Connor Williams?
A neck knee injury from
fucking just said fuck it. Just walked out. Like, I'm just trying to figure out. You don't think this is a direct correlation of the soft, just what we are creating out here, man? And we allow this type of shit. Are they going to go take his whole bank account right now and give me back my money? No, Smitty. To your point. They're not.
Well, I'm sure his whole contract wasn't fully guaranteed. So in essence,
it don't matter. He got money though. He's gonna get money.
He got money for what he already did. Yes. So that. But damn, that's crazy though. That's I got to read up on this and get some more information. It has to be something else that we don't know. Like this, there's no way he just woke up today and you know what, I'm retiring. It has to be something else.
Of course, you'll defend it. You know,
I'm not defending it. I'm saying I'm not gonna read one tweet like you do. I'm not gonna read one tweet and let that be my whole information.
But you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say it doesn't matter what happened. You fucking finished the year, homie. Like that's
here's a point that I'll just share because I played. Okay?
Thank
you. How much? I don't want to disregard, you know, because mental health and those type of things are real. You never really saw this 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. So how much is it society? How much is it what you're being told you are struggling with and not maybe what you really are struggling with? I don't really know, but I'm just saying from playing when I first got in the league, you would have never saw something like this. Never. Yeah. And then halfway through my career, you never would have saw something like this. And then now you see it more. I need to take a break. I need I'm mentally unstable. Well, is that maybe because you're doing something outside of the football facility? Maybe are you drinking? Maybe you're smoking? Maybe you're doing drugs? or maybe you're not like having tough conversations and handling like a man. You know, like I don't really know. I'm just saying from my point of view, I would never have seen this or done this. And even if I am struggling with pain, which we all do, like that's part of the deal, how you handle it. Do you have stuff outside of the game that is you, right? Football doesn't define me. There are a lot of things that define me. It's my faith. It's my family. It's what I try to help people. I try to serve. Like, that's who you are. So when stuff like this comes about, like, I don't know. It's just hard.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, we don't know the full story, but again, 10 years ago, you never see I need to take a week off or I need to take a practice day off for my mental health. Like, what does that mean? Like,
that wasn't even an option. Well, 10 years ago, to your point, like obviously I ain't playing in the league, but I played in college ball. Like that wasn't even like we didn't even know what that meant. Like that wasn't even like we all got stuff we go through mentally, of course, personal life, school, whatever the situation may be. But you just have to figure it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that was what
like,
it was.
Like at the end of the day, at that level, and this is kind of harsh, but you have to be that way as a player. I said, hey guys, like I'm here for you. But when we walk in this building, I don't really care what's going on. I don't care what's going on the outside. I don't care what's going on inside your head. I expect you to do your job because my job and my family are relying on you to do your job, to do it together. Now, on our off day or at night when we're done working, let's talk it out. Let me help you. But I don't need you to bring in all this drama and all this stuff going on. I'm saying more personal stuff like women and that type of stuff. But it's true. Like you got to be able to handle that stuff. And now we're not being taught that at an earlier age because of rules. We can't yell at kids. We can't do this. We can't do that. They're being paid at such early, like where are they being taught to how to manage real life situations?
They don't. We give everything. We just let them. Okay, it's okay. Everything's okay. Fuck, life's not okay, homie. When you lose, the real world hits you in the mouth, it's not going to be okay. It's not going to tell you. Your job and your CEO and everybody that's firing you're not going to tell it's okay. Your bank account's not going to say it's okay. Your wife's not going to say it's okay when you can't pay the fucking bills. I just don't understand that everything's okay. No, it's not. I just hate it.
My strength coach, I always say it, but my college strength coach, man, he always told us nobody gives a fuck. He tells us that all the time.
Nobody cares.
And that just hit home with me because it's the truth.
Ball State fired their coach anyway. So
hold on. By the way, no, that's head coach. I was talking about my strength coach. But if y'all trying to, I know you coach a high school right now. JB trying to get Ball State's available. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Ball State's currently available. That's all I'm gonna say.
Rancho Bernardo's a better job. This show's better. Just selling it out there. E-Dub, always a pleasure.
You guys are awesome.
Hey, real quick though. Hell yeah, hell no.
Yeah, let's do it. We got. Hey, I got all the time. Hell yeah, hell no.
I got 2 minutes.
Smitty, you got as long as we need. E-Dub, the Steelers are the best team in the NFL. Hell yeah, hell no.
Hell nah.
Hell no, it ain't even close.
I would take the Bills and the Lions over them.
100%.
Hell yeah, hell no. The Steelers are the best team in the AFC.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell yeah, hell no. The Steelers are the best. I'm just fucking. I think they're super. Let me ask you this then.
Right now, they're the best in the AFC North, yes, and they're probably the second or third best in the AFC. But I would take the Bills right now. I think the Bills are a better overall team, and they have a better record.
Yep.
Okay, let me flip this question. Hell yeah, hell no. The Steelers are a serious Super Bowl contender.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
See, I take the Steelers over the Bills right now. Since the addition of Russell Wilson, the defense is better. I like Cook, but Najee Harris.
But in a big game like that, I'm not taking Russell Weirdo over
Josh Allen. Is a grown ass man out there. Like that's
you know who I will take?
Mike Tomlin over Sean McDermott. Yes.
Thank you. See?
Yes. Hey, coaching matters. I agree. Hey, when you put that in there, I would have to think. But at the end of the day, I'm taking the best quarterback in this situation.
And earlier today, JB said his little famous quote, basically saying Coaches are important, but at the end of the day, it's the player. You said that earlier today. You said it in your own little way, however you said it.
You know what I have seen? A
What'd
guy
you say?
named Russell Wilson go to 2 and win one, and I seen another guy turn the ball over in the red zone in the playoffs late in every major big game.
Okay.
Russell Wilson.
You're right, but one that was Russell Wilson 10 years ago, number one. Number two, he had one of the greatest defense we have ever seen in football history.
I don't care.
So is Josh Allen's fault that the quarterback, the coach didn't squib the ball against the Chiefs?
No.
And then it was his fault that they played.
That's my point. That's why I take Tomlin.
Defenses.
That's my point. That's why I take Tomlin over McDermott.
You just played Josh. You said that's Josh Allen's fault.
Come on,
you're picking Russell Weird
that's
over
why
that.
My point. Hold on. Isn't that why I take Tomlin? Isn't that why I'll take Tomlin?
Yeah. You said that about Tomlin, but you said your argument was Russell Wilson went to 2 Super Bowls.
right.
And then Josh Allen turned the ball over instead of throwing for 400 yards and win the game. Hey, he has the lead with 13 seconds left, but loses. That's his fault.
That's why I'm taking. That's
He
why
got you on that, JV. He got you on that one.
Nope, he don't got anything. Hell yeah, hell no, E-Dub. Brian Kelly will be fired. LSU.
What's his contract? They're 6-4, I think.
6-4. If there's a way to get out of the contract, I'd say hell yeah. He's the LSU with those players. You can't not be awesome. Sorry,
I think they.
But it's not going to happen. But I want it to happen.
I'm gonna say hell no. I think they give him one more year. Like he might get fired in the middle of next season if it gets bad again. But I think not yet.
But again, how is Peterson not fired?
I don't know. After tonight, though, is McCarthy fired? Hell yeah, hell no. After tonight, Cowboys lose. Is McCarthy fired?
I'm gonna say hell no because Dak is hurt, and that could be like his. Even though they were playing bad with Dak, that's the thing that he could like attach himself to. And I didn't have my quarterback. So I'm gonna say hell no.
Hell no, he gets fired tonight, after tonight. But hell yeah, he's getting fired at the end of the season.
There you go.
Yeah, that wasn't even one of the questions. But anyway, hell yeah, hell no. Deion Sanders will be at Colorado next year.
Hell yeah. 100%.
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
I'm saying hell no.
Juju just decommitted from USC. No more quarterback in the nation. He going to Colorado.
Hey, what does that mean? God damn. Have you been around college football longer than 2 years?
Smitty,
I bet you
Smitty, January 8th comes.
Yeah.
McCarthy is fired. Jerry Jones calls you. You're not going to say, I'll be there in 27 minutes. Yes. Sign it on the dotted line. What are you talking about?
You think Jerry gonna go off of that job to Deion?
Okay, so
to get Shador and him and Travis possibly?
Jerry needs a full reset.
One of the two.
Yeah. Who's to say he can't do a great job of managing NFL personalities? Is he going to call offense, defense, especially? No, he's just going to be the figurehead, and we all know that he could do that. Yeah. He's showing that now. He said he likes the college kids and this and that, and he had a hard time with that. But I just have a hard time thinking if Jerry gets on that phone and says, Deion, I need you. What do you want? And
I got a hard time.
If the money right, I mean, hey, money talks.
I got a hard time believing if Florida State calls.
Nah, he don't like Florida State right
I don't think he takes that over Colorado right now. Why do you want to go there and try to rebuild that? You already rebuilt Colorado.
He has full autonomy in Colorado.
Cold weather, dog. I'm not buying his health, his foot.
His health is good, JB. He good. He got his codes cut off. He good. He good.
All right, Dr. Morse.
Yeah. Big enough.
He'd rather be in 80-degree weather than 30-degree weather.
Yeah, but he's fine. He's good.
Hell yeah, hell no.
Tennessee.
Tennessee. That's not the last one. Tennessee will miss the college football playoff.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. They've struggled. They got a great defense. They're wasting it on offense. Hell yeah, hell no, Big E-Dub. The Seahawks will win the NFC West.
Hell no.
Hell no.
That was the easy one.
Hell no. Super easy.
It ain't gonna be Arizona, and it ain't gonna be the Niners. So
it's gonna be one of them. Kyler Murray's a bad boy now.
No, he's not. He's very bad.
Kyler Murray's a bad boy right now.
I think he's average as shit.
Him and Marvin Harrison, they got a little connection going on.
Nah, that little is right.
Yeah, it's 6-4, winning the division right now.
The Rams are going to play spoiler still. I think they'll beat the Niners again, and they're going to beat Arizona this time after getting mollywopped in Arizona, like after week 3 or whatever. I think the Rams will play spoiler. I think this can end up being. I'm gonna say hell yeah, man. I think the Seahawks are gonna win it this year. The West.
You got a soft spot for the Seahawks. You do.
He do.
He's
not there no more, homie.
Last year he said Seahawks gonna go to Zoom.
And I think
pick.
JB. Well, how you say it? How you say it?
That's my pick for Super Bowl.
Hey, Bailey and Matt had Rick George on, AD of Colorado, and he said,
"Oh wow, that's big."
Yeah, he said that Deion's not going anywhere. Bailey, sorry to tell you, he's not going to come on your show and say he is leaving. Like, no shit, homie.
So, JB, what you gonna say, JB, when Deion's still there next year? Are you gonna say you were wrong again? Are you gonna find another excuse?
Yeah, I'll tell you I'm wrong. I was wrong. What's wrong with that?
Because you never say it. You didn't say you're wrong about
he doesn't apologize.
I'm not saying I'm sorry for my take.
He don't apologize.
But now we had a whole argument earlier. He was defending Daniel Jones for 2 hours straight. Still,
Man, I got to rewatch.
They got no team. They got no roster. Anyway, Edub, pleasure always. Good luck in this offseason.
You got it, man.
You get ready.
Football Palooza. I got time now.
Yeah, let's go.
Poker,
let's
Football
Palooza.
Yeah, let's go. Smitty, I don't know why Smitty's talking. He don't come, but we
all
got
the time
it.
I come.
Let's do it. We got it.
JB, I can't come every Saturday, homie. I got stuff to do now.
You can't come Saturdays in 2 years.
Man, no, you don't.
What was cooking us today? Well, he cooked both of us a little bit, and then he dropped the mic. Well, I'm going out of town this weekend. I told you that. I'm gonna miss next Monday's show. I'm going to Washington to watch my boy Sheldon Day play. You know what I mean? Balling out. Watch the Commanders play the Cowboys this Sunday. Hello? Okay, good morning. I'm coming down now. Thank you. All right, bye. All right, man. Hey, that was an important call, man. I'm getting this whole area, I'm getting this wall taken down, extend the living room out. I got new furniture coming in right now. I got a guy heading stuff.
Homie.
I'm about to head out.
Nadu.
No, it's not. That's not Jeff when he's a teenager. Stop playing. What are you doing? What am I looking at, bro?
This is the best hairstyles of the 80s and 90s.
Oh, man, yeah. Y'all was on that good cocaine. It was that pure white. Literally, pure white cocaine.
That motherfucker got
he got the Joe Dirt.
But this right here looks like she got, like, nut in her hair, no?
Hey, y'all. Hey, JB, end the show off well. I got to go. I got people downstairs who just called me. I got to bring them upstairs. And, hey, man, great show. Great Monday show. Tomorrow going to be loaded. We got Monday Night Football tonight. We'll tell y'all what we think. Stay around for JB's biggest 3 minutes or whatever later on tonight. And I'm gonna see y'all later, man. Big Smitty out. JB Coach Shaun, JB.
Shout out. Give ones and twos to Bailey. We'll be back tomorrow, man. It is Dr. Jesse Moore's Doc Talk Tuesday. Patrick Queen may be making an appearance early to start the show off tomorrow. Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker. So we'll see you tomorrow on the realest show on planet Earth. Peace.
Issues get pressed so fast you don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown, kill the ass a rap. We what the game's been missing. We switched it and filled the gap.